again. And we will make America great again. Thank you, New Hampshire. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you.
Howdy and aloha. Welcome to my talk. The earth and you are ohana. We hope you stay and talk. Okay. All right. Howdy and aloha, everyone. It's James with Mana Talk. Mana meaning power, mystical power. I don't know. Maybe I'm a kahuna. Maybe in my ancestry, I was a kahuna, like a shaman of my heritage, Hawaiian heritage, possibly. But we don't know. What we do know is nothing's happening here. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. It's just been dead. There's I don't know who Dean Phillips is. We know that Marianne Williams has got nothing. She's done nothing. She's become a Nikki Haley, Marianne Haley. Yeah, pretty sad. We got people here though. Who's Ryan? Ryan Blinkley. Ryan Blinkley. So here's all the people that ran in the primary. If you can see that. Yeah, you can. With the Republican Party. A lot of the rhinos are gone. For example, Chris Christie, Asa Hutchinson, pretty much everybody except possibly Vivek, maybe Tim Scott, Stapleton, all these other guys. Oh, look, independent. We got, oh, look, Jill Stein. Jill Stein announced her candidacy. This is the same Jill Stein that was okay with. I'll show you here in a sec. She was okay with this stuff, right here. There's the stuff that she was all about. Her and her party. As I said before, they were all about, there it is. This is the Green Party US from their website, their main website. Statement from the Green Party US Steering Committee supporting the use of vaccines, vaccine mandates, and quarantines as part of a comprehensive public health effort to curb and eradicate the novel coronavirus. And I said, well, this is why I left the left. This is why I left the useless waste of mental energy party. It was a fucking drain and pathetic. And there it is. There's their statement in here, all this other crap. They're just shitheads. Let me open that up. Yeah. Just sad. Just sad. So they're useless. They're just a useless bunch of peons. I gotta bring this down here. They got, I don't know, 300, not even that. They probably got like 150,000 people in their party. It's nothing. And they don't have ballot access. It's just fucking waste of time. It's a waste of mental energy. Mental energy. That party. Because they love this guy. They supported this guy. They were all about this guy. Wait until you see what Trump's going to say here in regards to this dude. Little birds are telling me, people that have contact, saying this guy's going to launch an assault because this guy sold them down the river. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with that. You know, it's really sad. So here, we have, in my opinion, and my perspective, and just basically me, questioning authority and its sources at every turn. And I'm going to say it, and maybe you guys don't. Some people maybe don't like this term. The way I say it, you got to jiggity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Right? You got to check out what's going on before you take something that's completely indemnified. Right? Doesn't stop anything, doesn't really do anything, but it sure causes a lot of problems. And let's look at some of those problems. What do I got here? Oh, I don't think it went through. Those pictures did. Oh, maybe I got them here. Yeah, here's some problems. Here's some problems for Fauci. I'll show you right now. Federal judge orders the Charlie Delta Charlie to release data on 7.8 million fluid vaccines. You got to speak in tongues. It's really weird. Advertise adverse event reports. Yeah, 7.8 million. And a lot of those were not good news. A lot of those were bad, like not around anymore news. Right? Most of them. They won't release these numbers yet. You won't see any of these numbers yet. But when they do release the numbers, and they will, everybody's going to be asking this question. All right? Everybody's going to go, what in the flip? I need to know if I got this stuff in me. That's what's going to happen. I love Parrish. But the Green Party was okay with it. Green Party is like, oh, okay with it. Looking bastards. Yeah, don't you want to know? Because I will tell you, if you haven't had any effects from it or anything, you probably didn't get it. If you did have something for a month or two, and it just continued, then you probably got it. And if you're not here, you probably didn't get it at all. And if you've recently got any type of, I think it's just been a huge recent explosion, mountainous escalation of cancer, myocarditis, and clots, all kinds of crap. Yeah. But these people didn't have to take it. These people here didn't have to. Right? All these people didn't have to take it. And if you think they did, then you probably aren't getting what's going on. It's pretty nasty stuff. There's a reason for it. Genocide. Like I said, they don't need your labor anymore. Well, let's just say the CBDC, or central bank digital currency thing, happens, which is starting to happen in a lot of countries. Then the people that run those banks and have the control over that money, have control over you. When you're able to take your own money, put it in a mattress, put it in a wall, put it in a safe, put it somewhere, you have individual power. If the money's good, right? But these people just have numbers, and it's just zeros and ones and digital crap, and and that's what they want. They want to make sure that they have full and absolute control. One, IDs, all these, it's crazy. The authoritarianism that's happening across this country is off the fucking hook. It's crazy, man. It is just nuts, and the Democrats are all in. They're going to do all of it. They're with this program, and it's so crazy. It's just it's worse than medieval. It's even Adolf would be fucking dude. I mean, I was pretty fucking crazy, but you guys are really starting to scare me. You know what I mean? They're fucking nuts. Yeah, so this is when you guys see this, it's gonna freak you out. That's what's gonna happen. There are gonna be people trying to block this, take their names, find out what companies, of course, Pfizer is, and all these other companies. They're gonna try to do whatever they can to block this information. But Dr. Campbell was just talking about this recently, and I think let me see if I got him on here. Did I click it? I don't think I clicked it. Crap. Dr. Campbell. Campbell? No, it's Campbell. Let me see. There you go. Yeah, he was just talking about this. An hour ago. He's like, what the flip, man?
Well, welcome to this talk, and we're carrying on thinking about last week's debate in Parliament about excess deaths started by Mr. Andrew Bridgen. Now, the contribution I want to think about today is from Mr. Neil Hanvey, who's the Member of Parliament for Kirkcaldy and Cowdenbeath in Scotland. Now, he says, I'm going to go through some of the points he makes first, because the amount of time given for this debate was ludicrously short. An hour and a half, despite all of the excess deaths. So members had to speak really quickly, and it's hard to make him out. So just because he had to talk so quickly. So I'm going to go through some of his points before we look at his speech. He said he wanted to focus on the safe use of novel mRNA agents and on concerns over their alleged role in driving excess deaths. And he did, in fact, work for the health service for 25 years, took part in clinical trials, worked at the same institution as Angus Dalgleish, Professor Dalgleish, who's been on this channel, and has contributed towards medical textbooks. So
keep in mind, a lot of reputable people, a great majority of the reputable people out there that have decades of credentials, as soon as they've as soon as they grew a spine, questioned authority and its sources at every turn, and then, started to go against the narrative, or just because they were concerned and because they had morals, ethics, their character, integrity was on the line, they've been cast out. They've been, this guy's been through a lot already. Many others, physicians, virologists, you name it, that have decided to go, you know what, this just isn't making any sense, and why do you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 20 of these fucking Kool-Aid boosters and shit? It's nuts. And there were people in the beginning that were they're listening to the people they usually listen to, and they got them all to pay attention, and then they got all kind of edgy about it, and next thing you know, they started to go with the program, go with the process, the narrative. It's not it wasn't really a script, but they fooled them as well, right? They fooled them. I mean, if you look at the amount of doctors, physicians, like your primary care physician, and you actually take into account all these people that were pushing this stuff, right? You're a little overwhelmed. You're trying to sift through all the hype, and then finally, when you have time, and then when you start to see the other end of the spectrum data start to come in. And keep in mind, these guys tried to bottle this data up, the documents, right? I'm gonna like right here, I'm gonna show you real quick. Where's that at? Yeah. So this data right here, if you look at it, and I've had this for a while, because they brought it out in like 2022, early 2022, and they said, a judge said, no, you can't seal this information. You need to release it. They started releasing hundreds and hundreds of pages over a few months. And here it is. If you ever want this, and I'm going to say this, and I want you to take this to your doctor, right? Your doctor that pushed this crap on you, and I want you to say, hey man, I'd like you to this is supposed to be about the primaries, but anyway, this is so important, because I have family that are going through crap, and I've never seen my family so sick in my life. It is so crazy. Constantly. Every time I talk to them, I'm sick, I'm ill, I've been in bed for whatever. I mean, you could imagine how many people out there have, because I think it was like close to 70% of the country in the United States had at least one of these things, right? And then as time went on, people were saying, nah, I ain't fucking, this doesn't make sense anymore. And they were using their common sense. It's not even critical thinking skills. It's just fucking good old common sense, right? And it's nuts because, oh, am I actually playing on YouTube? Yeah, I am. I'm in there. Okay, good. But it's criminal for you as a person to say this is okay when you know for sure it's indemnified. It's like you're saying, hey, take this toaster home, right? But if it blows up in your house, you can't sue the manufacturer. You know, here, takes this television home, or not television, monitor, or computer, or vacuum cleaner, whatever it is, right? Any product, not circuit, any product, right? Take this pill. You know, everything out there in the United States doesn't have indemnification. Only one thing did. Think about that. Everything. So you take this link, and if you want it, I can get it for you, or just go to FTheWEF.org right there, or go to StopTheWF.org or DIYLiberty.org. Anyway, these three, I go straight to the website, and if you will, to keep the lights on and me running and trying to alert people like I've been doing. You know, this is my 7th YouTube channel. Thank you to these 1984 Orwellian Ministry of Truth wonderful community guidelines. Thank you. Yeah, so give this to your doctor and say, hey, can you look at this? And if your doctor says no, run. Fire that mofo right now. Just say, you know what, dude? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You know, and if he or she says no, then you want to get the hell out of there. You don't want to be around this person because they're compromised. They're bought, they're sold, they're on that side, the democratic side, and their job is to pretty much get rid of about 2/3 of the global population and let the global pedo-predator class hoard the rest for themselves. If you don't think that's the case, come on my show. Tell me something different. Look, the money is a perk. I get it. But they won't need it. If they can get rid of as many people as possible, they already have their minions. They already have their slaves. They already have their politicians. And sadly, most of those people, even people that are monitoring these shows and YouTube, they don't get it. You're not going on the ark that they've built inside of a mountain. Or, like if you've seen the movie 2012 with Cusack, they build these giant vessels and all these people try to get on it, and then it's getting too full and they just can't take them anymore. Because there's a fucking limit to how many people can live in these mountains, live in these sanctuaries, these bunkers, right? You're not included. You think you are, but you're not. If the shit goes down, you're not included. Right? So if your doctor says, I don't want to see that, get the fuck away from him. That's all I have to say about that. I'm just letting you know. And if you've taken all that stuff and if you've done it, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. You know, you're probably going through a lot. Things are probably escalating in your body. And I think your immune system may be a little different. Probably not on the good side. Yeah. I think it was a Johnson & Johnson flu shot in November of, and just letting you know, the COVID-19 vaccines are safe and effective. They will slow down the sickness and slow down how you feel. They are definitely really good for you. Right? Anyway. I took it November 2019, 2019. And then this thing came out. Started hearing about it like in December. About December I started hearing something about it. And then January, and I'm like kind of following it. I know that in December, Schumer came out and started saying something about it. And then January, Trump said it was something different than what he says now about it. This the Fluvid-19, right? This thing that came out. I did a little research, looked at everything and said, nope, it's crap. I was watching my ex-wife. She's all stuck there. All the stuff they were doing to people. You know, fast food was open. And who in the country, I should change the title of this because I'm not even talking about it. There's nothing to talk about with the primaries. Haley's is Hillary. She's Marion Williams is Marion Haley. You know, there's nothing over there. And Trump has his base. There's probably over 80 million people right now that are saying, and I guarantee it's just growing and growing and growing. And Vivek brought a bunch of fucking people. When Haley's gone, I'm telling you, when Haley's gone, And she'll be gone. Even though she's getting all kinds of money. All kinds of money from the Democrats. All kinds. She's going to definitely, the only way she's going to stay in this is just money. They're going to try to get her on the ballot. And then what's going to happen is you're going to see a big influx of Democrats going over to vote for her, just so they can do something to fucking Trump, but it's not going to work. Like I said, the only way they're going to get rid of Trump is they're going to sacrifice a city, a community, a neighborhood. They will. These people just do not listen to Madeleine Albright, the Democrat. She was asked in a show a while back, do you think it's okay that we, Afghanistan, Iraq, and all that stuff? Do you think it's okay that 500,000 men, women, and children have been slaughtered, basically? Yes, she immediately said yes. Collateral damage. These people don't get. I am telling you, people. The Democrats are really, seriously evil fuckers. I know there's Democratic voters. That's different. They're just been played. I was played, right? And then I look back and I said, wait a second. In 2008-9, the Democrats had the supermajority for 76 days. They didn't codify Roe versus Wade. They didn't bring a single payer Medicare for all like people have been asking for forever. They didn't raise the minimum wage. They didn't provide free college. They didn't stop any wars. They actually created wars, like these fuckers always do. And they've always pointed at the Republicans as the war starters, which they've been in it. Look, I get it. There's Democrats and rye pig-lookins. But the issue was, for me, is they brought out the Affordable Care Act, Obamacare, which has been a fucking nightmare. I was just talking to my mom the other day. She goes, well, if you want to get Affordable Care Act, you can pay like $500 a month. $500, I mean, the copay, the deductible, it's just fucking, the co-insurance itself. You have to be actually sick, paying thousands of dollars before these things kick in. It is very bad. And that's all they provided for you. They didn't do anything. And they haven't done anything. They've been talking a big. And they, right now they are, let's just be completely and thoroughly honest and realistic here. They are the pot calling the kettle black party. That's what they are. Everything that they're doing to destroy this country is what they're saying that Trump is doing. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. Here, look at this. Here's Nikki Haley's supporter right here. This guy. You know who this guy is? He's the creator of Indeed. LinkedIn, Indeed. I don't know if that's the same. Anyway. He's a Democrat. Went to Stanford, like a lot of, these Ivy League these colleges are just, they're creating they would destroy children. I've turned them into vicious people. Anyway, so this is Huffman, Reed Garrett Huffman, a little bit younger than me. Biggest contributor of Nikki Haley, and went to Epstein's Island many, many times a regular. He's the biggest contributor to Nikki Haley. That's your guy. That's your gal. Wow. Wow. I will put money on the fact that a lot of people are not that. I would say at least 80 to 90% of them. The regulars that have been to Epstein Island and all those, and it's been proven, most of the people that have gone to, that have been on the list, all of them, have not supported Donald Trump. So what does that say? Do you understand what Epstein Island was about? It seems like the Democratic voters don't want to get into the minutia of things. They don't want to get into the details, and the devil is definitely in these details of Epstein Island. Definitely in there. Pretty bad. So it's guilt by association, right? And this happens a lot. Just because you're seen in a picture or two with the guy, I get it, whatever. But if you've never actually been to the island or never really actually been on the plane, right, then I think you're pretty much scot-free. And there's so many digitized pictures of Trump. There's more coming out, and it's all bullshit. And people have proved it, and it's all bullshit. These people photobombed his event. He was at Mar. They kind of they party crashed Mar-a-Lago. Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. You know, the head mistress, the one that was pretty much controlling everything. Her father was just an evil fuck. Anyway, and Trump kicked him out. This happened. Yeah, you guys gotta, don't. I was watching Chad. I forgot his last name, but he's a SEAL. He's an ex-Navy SEAL, and he's done these 200-mile races and stuff like that. And he has this thing called Truck Talk. It's really good. But he has these workouts that he does with CrossFit people and, marathons. Just the guy's in like epic condition for his age. And he does some pretty strenuous type, long ass freaking runs. Like Spartan runs kind of things. Pretty nuts. Like 200 miles. Jesus. Anyway, he says, you sleep with dogs, you're going to get fleas. Right? Trump has definitely, and I will say this, he has definitely been around some pretty shady dogs. But what billionaire or what multimillionaire out there really hasn't when it comes to politicians or certain people? There's that old saying, keep your friends close but your enemies closer. He's played the field well. He knows the deal. He's got to go out here, do this golf game, play with this guy, But it's not like they hung out and they were, he kept himself at bay. I would say he kept himself at bay, possibly knowing, and the thing when you watch his rallies, man, he'll say it every once in a while. These people are just evil, nasty, real vile evil. And for him to say something like that, he's not, he predicates himself on being pretty honest and truthful. And people always say, oh, he's lying about this and he's lying about that. Well, if he's lying about whatever, then what happened to Russiagate? What happened to Stormy Daniels? What happened to all these impeachments and these indictments? And what's currently happening with Fani Willis and her sending money? If you're still watching MSNBC, and if you're still watching Fox, and if you're still watching PBS, you're still reading the LA Times or the New York Times, and you're just, your mind's stuck in CNN mode, just that's where you get everything from, then I can't help you. I get with people like Glenn Greenwald. I get with people, who work with Julian Assange. I work with I don't work with, but I have spoken and had a few words and chats and messages with people like Max Blumenthal, Kim Iverson. I had a quick conversation with her a long time ago, back in 2018, or I think it was. And if you look at, like, if you guys know, like, Convo Couch, like tonight, pretty soon, it should be on pretty soon. Beauty and the Boomer, you got to watch it. It's great. They always bring up some good stuff. A lot of those people still have Orange Man bad syndrome, Doreen's. It's tough. It's hard to get out of that because you're so used to hearing people the way they talk, and that was where I was. These people are so used to seeing that politician with a scripted way, and Trump just doesn't do that. He just shoots from the fucking hip pretty much all the time. Some of the stuff he says, I'm just like, dude, sure you want to say that? But, just keep it real, right? I would rather somebody get up there and keep it real than somebody who's got a actual cue card that says, sit down, stand up, turn left, turn right, like fucking Pedo Joe does. It's just day 6 bullshit. If you heard about the friggin' pipe bomb thing, if you watch that, there was a pipe bomb during January 6th. And that was a big, they used that in the J6 committee hearing, the one-sided, nobody else is allowed to defend themselves hearing. It's not a fucking hearing. It wasn't a fucking hearing. It was a fucking They threw away all those documents. They all of a sudden they can't find them anymore. They've been sequestered. They've been subpoenaed. They've been whatever. And that entire committee doesn't have any of that information anymore. How does that... they don't want to give it to them, or they just don't, or are they lying? Well, they're lying because when when you're playing Texas Hold'em or poker and you flip over your hand, here's my hand. Let's see the fucking flop. Let's see the turn. Let's see the river, right? If you understand those terms. And let's see what we got. You show me what you have. I show you have. I put on all my chips. You put in all your chips. They won't show their cards. They won't nothing. They're hiding tons of information in regards to every single thing out there. The Democrats, all of them. The FBI, the DOJ, the Homeland Security, just you name it. CDC, fucking FDA, everything. USD, anything under this administration, people have either whistleblown or brought. That's the only way they're getting the shit. What does that say? If you're being honest and forthright with what you do, right? Like at your job. Yeah, let's just see everything, show everything. That's what I do. I don't have anything to hide. I got nothing to hide. I don't wear a mask. I tell you who I am. I'm easy to contact. You can Facebook me. You can tweet me. You can, X me. That's Why? Just fucking leave. You should have just left it, dude. True. So whatever you want, Telegram, whatever, Telegraph, or whatever they call it. And if you want, I don't give my cell phone out there, but I'm sure, if I have a problem, I can just block you, right? But I'm just saying, I am just saying that these people are hiding. Real patriotic, constitutional, God-fearing, family-loving patriots do not hide themselves. Right? See that flag? Let me see. What's the score? 6-7. This is a rough game, man. Fuck. It's a little too early to eat that, but I just love pears. That tells you what a person is. If you hold back stuff, things that maybe you should have, like some paperwork or something about your past, maybe you should have divulged, right? And I've been through that. When people are totally transparent to me, I love those people. I will protect those people. I will take care, even if they're wrong or not right or whatever. I would still respect them for being open, right? I think that's just a wonderful quality for anybody, or especially a politician. I mean, there's nothing. I think that we know more about Trump than we know about pretty much everybody in the world. Just think about that. You know more about Trump. Now we're talking about the facts now. We're not talking about narratives and laid claims and accusations. We're talking about deep down, unequivocal, provable, documented, signed, videotaped, without CG, real things. And everybody knows. This guy's fucking for real. And I got people, still to this day just going, because this is a revelation that came to me, not to, this was just a few days ago. Kelly Lane, what's up? How are you, girl? Good to see you. So that's where I stand. I don't, and it's kind of sad because this guy has gotten such a bad rap for so long, and he's just been through so much. Nobody could endure what he's endured, and he's done it by the book. I'm not getting an extra money. I'm not getting anything from anybody. But after all this stuff they've tried to pin this guy on, what does that really say? And none of it's stuck, and none of it's sticking. None of it. They're the case in Florida is about his property is so funny because they're trying to say that he they're trying to say that he misdocumented or listed his property at not being what it was supposed to be valued at. And these people against them are saying that it was valued at like $1 million, like $6 million, like a tract home in fucking Orange County, California. Like, $800,000, something like that. Mar-a-Lago, hey Snork, hey, Mar-a-Lago is gigantic. It's a fucking hotel in the most prime. It's like, and Mar-a-Lago area is like the Hamptons. Okay, it's the Newport Coast. It's the Beverly Hills of Florida. And that property is worth so much fucking money. Right? Let's look at some comparables. And I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Let's go to Zillow. Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago Club in Palm Beach. All right. So we're going to I'm going to go to the Google, right? And I'm just going to go, look how big this place is. This place cuts the fucking peninsula in half. That's how big this freaking place is. This is nuts. Look at it. Right there. It's gigantic. They're just making up shit. I think so. I'm on YouTube, I think. Let me check. Yeah. I think so. I'm on YouTube, I think. Yeah, I am. See, I can hear myself. Let me check. Myself echoing. Let me get the link. Share. Copy. I'm going to put that in the notes here. Oh, wait. I'll put that. Where are you? Are you watching this from X? How are you? Are you on Facebook? Where are you, Kelly? Where are you at, girl? Where are you at, girl? Where are you watching this from? Oh, you're watching from X. Okay, I see it right there. It says, all right, this that's my Restream IO. Got a few places in there, but I'm gonna put. If you're watching it from there, you know what? That's probably what I should do. Is when I put that, I'm going to go to my profile, go to my media. I'm going to pin this to the top. This is probably what I should do every time I go on. What the fuck is wrong with me? What is wrong with me? Anyway. And then the comments below there, I'm going to put the YouTube. All right, I'm going to put the YouTube. Right there. And if you want, you can go on there and watch it on there. But, yeah, they're trying to get this guy. They're trying to say that this guy's place is worth like an eighth of what it's really worth, and that he doctored. His taxes are pristine. You have no idea. It's crazy. This place is fucking gigantic. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you. Let me just pick this house. I'm going to go Zillow. What's the address here? All right. All right. Copy address. Go to Zillow. We're going to go in here. And I think they even altered it in Zillow for this. It's just really sad. It's really sad. Oh, look, I was looking for property in Hawaii. Because I'm doing some stuff with the property that I'm going to be grabbing out there pretty soon. Just letting you know. Just to rent one of those suites, rent a Mar-a-Lago is $4,000 a month. Right? Let's look at another. All right, no, this is wrong. Hold on. Well, maybe I can go here. Let me check. South Beach. That's not what I usually do. Zillow. Let's see if we can see it on the map. Where's the map? It's the map. It's the map. It's the map. Hearing data cooling. Yeah, this is interesting here. What's going on? Oh, okay. Let me see if I can. Anyway, you guys get my point, right? these places are worth so much more. It's just saying this place is fucking gigantic. It's just all frivolous. It's nonsense. It's fucking nonsense. Oh, there you are. Ah, there you go. All right. So who are you voting for, Kelly Lane, if you don't mind asking? Because I'm voting for Trump. That's all I'm saying. And I'm gonna do that. And I got many people that understand the reasoning, and then I got many people that just like they're kind of mad at me, and I'm just like, no, there's a reason. Are you gonna say? Did you say already? Yeah, I'm live on YouTube. Let me see. Hello. Yeah. Oh, oh, you mean this Jill Stein? This Jill Stein right here? Right here. This Jill Stein right here. This one? The one that's with the Green Party that supported the lockdowns, the mandates. Whatever. There it is. Yeah, no vote shaming. No vote shaming. Yeah, no. I was in the military. That's why I'm voting. Kind of. I'm not brilliant. If you're voting for Jill Stein, and I'm not going to tell you who to vote for. I'm just saying, I was a committee. I was a delegate. Bram knows my story. There was the battles I had with the Green Party. They were trying to lose. It's like they were trying to lose everything. I said, all you guys got to do, and I was trying to get this, and I went to the top. Everybody, I talked to everybody. I was a media committee member, which is, of California. There's over 80, 90 million, 100 million, 100,000 Green Party members. And what was interesting was, I'll send it to you. What was interesting is I was telling him, all you guys need to do, right? All you guys need to do is pick one person, because you don't have the resources for many people. You barely have enough money to keep the media committee member process going, right? Oh wait, I got to get the small one. Hold on, I got the wrong one. I got to grab copy link. I think this is the small one. Would you come in this way? Yeah. Oh, is that the big one that I just put in? No, okay, I got the right one. There it is. Yeah, so I was saying just one person. All you need, one of those people. All your efforts from every state throughout the United States, put them in the House of Representatives. One person. Just one. All they needed to do is that. That's all they needed to do. But they wanted to get people voted as like dog catcher, and they wanted city council member, and they wanted mayors, the local level thing. No. That whole local level mentality doesn't reach very far. I get it. It's a village. I understand that. And then I tried, Chad and I and a bunch of other people tried to fucking Jesse going, and they shut us down on that too. And they went with fucking the biggest loser on the planet, Howie Hawkins. I've came to the conclusion that the Green Party is the party that they've used for people that just to kind of like get them out of the way kind of people. It really seems like they're there just to just to lure people in, and many people have left the Green Party. It hasn't grown. It's actually gotten smaller, like by far. I mean, the last time I talked to Chad about this was maybe 5 or 6 months ago. Why? Oh, you know what? I got to pay the thing. Oh, I didn't pay the thing. Updates, etc. Oh, crap. Yeah. I didn't pay the thing. I'm so sorry. How do I wonder if there's a way. I don't know why that is. Is it because I didn't pay the thing or I did pay the thing? Usually, I wonder. Is that the Zoom? Guess. No, that's not. I think that. I'm trying to figure it out. It should work. Sorry, the place is a mess here. Trying to figure it out, Stork. Because he was on with me yesterday. Yeah. There. Oh, I think you got to use it this way. There. Uh, Let me send the larger. That's the quick invite. There's another invite, and I think that's the one that Snork uses. So that's yeah. Snork's in. He's here. Welcome, Snork. Yeah, he used the small one. Kelly, it's you. You. I freaking. You know how many different apps there are for people that want to have these meetings? Remember, it was just Skype, and then now it's freaking Zoom and Streamlabs and Group Me and just the fuck. It's just insane. And then Microsoft has one, and you've got I've got like I think I've got 5 or 6 different apps for these Zoom type meetings. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, there's something on your end. Snark, you use that same way to come in, right? Snork's in Iowa. What do you mean?
Yeah, I used the link that was in there.
Yeah.
She was probably just stuck in update hell.
That's it. See, that's the thing that fucking drives me crazy is the update hell. Because what happens is you go there and then you got to download it because I don't have it. And then you've got to wait for it to update. Then when you finally get on, or you think you're getting on, and then you got to get an update. And that's when it turns into hell. Exactly.
I've got a sound loop.
On your end? Not on my end. Everything's fine. Let me just check.
Oh, I found it. Sorry. No, I'm
No,
just being stupid.
All right, cool. Come on, Kelly, you can do this.
I forgot to turn off the other feed.
That's all right.
I'm no, I've got headphones on. I shouldn't be able to get out.
Well, anyway, I was watching. You got to watch Trump. It's fucking hilarious. The guy just doesn't. The guy, I'm a jabberjaw. I got the tattoo on my back, by the way. And yeah, I kind of like listening to myself sometimes. But this guy fucking loves listening to himself. He will talk. He'll talk for like an hour and 45 minutes. And the script is maybe like 30 to 40 minutes long, but he ad-libs so much shit. He goes in so many different directions, this way and that way. Gets a little low, gets a little high, talks about what he's done, what he's going to do, what he might do, how shitty this person was and that person was. And all I hear from everybody is they still hate him. And I don't have that anymore. I don't have that because of what this man's been through.
Well,
go ahead.
I agree. I'm upset at everything being so procedural, trying to get them out no matter what.
That's crazy. Yeah.
And nobody's talking about what the president should be doing. Nobody's talking about how we need to get our country to recover. We have some really
Yeah,
big
I
threats
agree.
coming up over the next year,
I agree.
and we're not addressing them. First of all, how much money is it costing for these immigrants to cross the border? There is a cartel, is I believe the term they're using, blocking who comes through, who doesn't pay.
Yeah.
So right now there's reports that it's between $9,000 and $260,000 for somebody to get across the U.S. border. Where they're raising $9,000, these guys are supposed to be completely wiped out. And the
9,000.
average one is supposed to be 32,000.
What?
Again, where are they raising this money? We have other ones that are reported that once they come across, they're getting like $10,000. They're going back and coming back again.
Yep. Yeah.
So, we encountered this way back in the 90s, where we would find that we would have people, unscrupulous doctors, I would say. I don't know if they actually had an MD, but I didn't check. But the doctors would sign them off as a medical injury. When we followed up, we started getting calls back from the hospitals. This is what our first clue was. They would forget which social security number they used for that claim. So people were going company to company to company. They might have had an injury at the first company, but then they were claiming the injury to the next, to the next, to the next, and they got like $17,000 per injury, plus a lifetime income. So these people were making it rich, and they appeared to be, say appeared because I didn't hear a court case. They appeared to be a cartel run by the people who are claiming to be doctors. And the nurses would be like, how do we get around this? And this was really bad in the 90s. And then right now what's happening is a large amount of American manufacturing is in the first 150 miles of northern Mexico. A lot of it is really close. Matamoros is really close. Ciudad Juarez is really close. It's just right on the other side of the river. But, okay, what happens if there is a blockade and shutdown? Where does all of manufacturing coming from Mexico go? It shuts down. We are days. I mean, it's almost like in the 90s waiting for possibility of a nuclear attack. Every day, there's a possibility that any goods that we need coming from Mexico can be shut down. I listened to a panel tonight, and I was like, gee, I want to get in touch with these people. I need to tell them these are the things that we could do right away. And everybody's thinking it's impossible for U.S. manufacturing to come back. No, we could actually get it back. We could probably get 80% of it back in 7 years. We could probably get 20% back in 5. 20% is necessary.
Are you talking about internal workers, legal American workers?
Getting Americans back to work.
Okay.
Now,
yes.
One of the things I did in 1991, so they came to the company I was at before NAFTA was passed, and they were basically told it was a go. They gave all the money to build the factories in Mexico at that time for the company I was with. We took other factories and we built the new factories in there, put the components on trucks and had it waited for NAFTA to pass. They pretty much knew NAFTA was going to pass. And the factories that we built in Mexico were not huge labor factories. We built automated factories in Mexico. And we had the thing of we would build one robot, three persons there, just to be able to take over in case the robot needed maintenance.
Did you say that again? What did you just say?
So we would have all the work cells set up, one robot, 3 humans. If the robot went down for maintenance or anything else, the humans would take over. So we're all
so weird
thinking
the way
that
you're saying this. When the robots go down, the humans take over. It just sounds like science fiction. Does it sound like science fiction? Because it freaking sounds like science
I'm sorry.
That's okay. That's just the reality of it. That's fine. I'm just saying.
Same is true
so strange.
Same is true in China right now. Everybody's thinking that there's a whole bunch of people in dark rooms making stuff. No, take a look at the factories. The factories are lit. I think people can see things. They're automated. The equipment they have is extraordinary. And realistically, just a few steps could start getting us back on check. First, we made a law that said that any of our allies making anything bypasses the law that any defense materials had to be made in the United States. That meant that if I needed a computer chip, I had to make that computer chip in the United States if it was going into a defense item. Right now, we have the quandary. The chips that we're getting from China, how many of them have little things in them to make them do something else? So a lot of times people keep saying the MIC is making all the money. Well, the people that own the MICs or own the stocks are, but there's the people in the United States are no longer in the factories that are making that. Whereas before, when there was a contract for a plane part or anything, it actually got made in the United States. And so the largest purchaser on the planet is the United States Department of Defense. And basically, if that law went back into effect,
right,
and we said it's 5 years, everybody had to do it. I would make one exception. If a country has parity exports with the United States, so that means if they import from the United States nearly as much as what we trade, then I would say, oh, we got her in. I'll stop talking so we go.
No. I want to. She'll stand by. But
if
could
it's
you
at
finish?
parity, we should still let them trade with us, or still let them make defense part.
But
if
okay.
they're at 90% for every 1% they let of ours in, then we should not allow them.
Yeah. See, that's kind of where Trump was at, right? What
and although he's old, right now, I've got to compare him to somebody. And you guys know, I just went through 8 years of working or living with somebody who was mentally gone. And I do not see the president. I'm not a doctor, but I do not see the president as viable for being in office.
Hell no.
For a while.
Oh, yeah.
Hell no. I'm sorry to be ageist, but no. It's so obvious to me that they're just going to send in somebody last minute as to install a candidate. I'm sorry, but he needs to be
Big Mike.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't know what the deal is. I don't have a Zoom account. Well, I have a basic plan now, so I kept trying and I kept hitting.
It's all good. You're here.
I kept hitting like install like the new updates, and it just kept asking for a code.
No,
I don't know.
It's totally cool. You made it. Good to see you, Kelly. How have you been?
Nice to see you too. So nice to see you. I was thinking that today, like, oh my God, that's like pushing 10 years now. I mean, it's closer to 10 than 5. Because I hosted a candidate panel tonight for Assange, and I was like, oh my God, it's almost been 5 years. And then to think about like back when we were doing this, you remember when Ebon was doing it, was Ring Central. So that was 2017?
Might have been
7 years ago. Right.
No, I was on listening to you guys in middle of 2016.
Right. So, okay. Yeah. 7.
And then I finally got my own channel like late 2017.
Yeah.
Late 2016, and then I started actually Monotalk in 2017.
Cool.
But yeah, this is a long time.
Nice to see you, and I don't take any offense to, when I say I'm going to vote green, that's my fallback.
That's fine. Do what you want to do.
I respect.
I'm glad you're voting though. That's the thing about me. There are people out there who just don't want to do anything. I mean, I'm not saying you have to. That's your constitutional right. You don't have to. But if you want to be a part of something, if you feel that it's going to make a difference and better your life, and if you have your own, whatever.
No, I don't think any of that.
Oh, you don't think Jill Stein's going to clean house? Are you sure?
No, that's funny. I actually pretty much think when I go vote, it doesn't mean
that's what a lot of people are saying. It isn't going to
I'm
mean
sorry to
anything.
be flippant about it. It's
No,
my
it's okay.
duty to go and do and hope that if there isn't massive like election fraud
Oh, it's going to
in
be
my
chaos.
district, then it might be counted as, oh, look, some people said screw you to the system. And so I
Yeah,
go like,
it's going to be chaos.
look, I've met Howie and I voted for Howie last time, and I don't have a problem with him. I just wasn't voting green is my fallback. So it's my way to
Yeah.
have my vote counted that might say, hey, I'm not for the status quo,
Yeah, I
but
voted green 2016.
okay.
Well, I might still
That was
vote
my
for
first
Stein.
vote. Ralph Nader. I did not vote until I was 29, and that was for Ralph Nader.
That's cool.
We still don't know that Trump is going to make it. And I hope he's well. I hope
Yeah.
he's okay. But I do worry about other people's bad intents.
Yeah, everybody
What,
does.
Trump and his health?
No,
Maybe not his health.
external
Oh.
forces.
I mean,
Uh-huh.
who knows
Well,
what would happen? So, I, at least he has a security team.
Have you seen his entourage?
I haven't.
I'm not going to show you. I'm not going to look for it, but
did I hear you say you're going to vote for Trump? No,
Yeah,
I don't
sure.
have a problem with that.
No, it's
I was
okay.
just wondering.
Yeah, if
Okay.
somebody got to vote for somebody. That's what I'm doing this time. But
I will
has
vote for anyone that isn't acting like they're completely demented.
Yeah. So here's the. By the way, Trump, in several of his rallies, he's said recently he's going to free Assange. One of his number one things.
Okay, that's good, but I'm going to tell you right now.
But
Can I?
the other thing
no,
is,
you finish, and I'll have my piece.
I was talking about his entourage. Now, what he has next to his plane when he flies around, and that's his own money that he made it. He's not using taxpayer dollars. This is how he travels in a DC-10 or something like that. It's not a giant.
Those
anyway,
crashed a lot.
Okay, but anyway, he's got 4.
You might want to think about that.
He's got 4 F-16s, helicopters. He's got a full, like an aircraft carrier has a fleet around him. He's got like this, just tons of freaking aircraft just flying around him, radar aircraft and all kinds of stuff, because he has to. Snark, you're muted, or he's on with. Are you on with somebody else?
No. That is the United States. That's required.
So they have to give him that
security risk if he was out in the open.
Okay. All
Hey,
right.
Mitch, you look good. Are you feeling better? I mean, you look
I'm feeling better.
better.
I'm able to walk. When
no, you look really like a lot better. Like we were worried about you.
Yeah, I came pretty close there for a while. But I was actually able to go to a concert back in April. Let me get off so you guys can talk.
No, what are you doing?
No.
Where are you getting off?
No, you stay here.
No, you have to stay here.
So we're going through some really bad weather.
Where's is Cheryl? I think Cheryl's working. Cheryl, are you around? Because Cheryl just came up. Cheryl said hi.
You're talking about Shirley?
Yeah. Cheryl.
Oh.
Cheryl. Depends on her accent.
Cheryl is the lady. She did it on my show a few times. She was actually with Evan a few times. It was like this dark silhouette of this black lady in the background.
You're talking about Shirley from Ebon's.
Yeah, Cheryl.
Right?
Just,
I'm sorry.
It's just
she's this black lady, and she is on fire right now. That's all. I wish she'd come on. I don't think she can come on. Oh,
wait, who was it that gave me shit? I remember years ago, I said something about okay, I want to ask Shirley, because I wanted a Black American's perspective, and everyone on the chat gave me shit for asking that, and I was like, what is wrong with that? I want Shirley's perspective.
Yeah, she's got a good perspective.
I remember that. I don't know who all it was. It was back on Ebon's channel, but anyway, that's okay.
Yeah, we all get it.
I just want to say that I need a public persona and a private persona, a la Hillary Clinton.
Like,
No, I need. I can't
that's,
tell you guys how many
you have
times.
your private person and your.
Well, there's sometimes.
Yeah.
How do I put this? I don't want to seem like I'm not being genuine, but look, from my work on Randy's show, well, you're on. This is live, so anybody
Yeah,
can hear it.
that's all right.
But from my work on Randy's show, I have certain people that I've connected with that I'm not so sure. I'm just trying to be professional, okay? So there are times that I'd kind of like to just shoot from the hip and not worry about
You don't have to do
being
that
on
here.
camera. You know what I mean? So
You don't have to do that here. You can be as unprofessional as possible. That's what I've always encouraged. I want people to I've been on this. I've had the show. I've had drinks, and I've smoked a doob here and there and stuff. I don't do that much anymore. I don't think I've had beer since like a year. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's just not. It's not. I'm not into that.
You went through some stuff. Where are you now?
I'm in Missouri,
Like
same place.
geographically.
Missouri, little town in Missouri called Warrensburg.
Your brother or somebody is there, family?
No, my daughter and my grandkids.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
My daughter is a tech sergeant. She's in the Air Force. And she bought a house out here about 3 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And I was just at my grandson's basketball game where he dominated everything.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's always cool to know when, you get that gene.
So wait, Missouri.
Yeah, Missouri.
Iowa. How
next
far
to
apart are you two?
Who? Oh, he's right up the street from me. He's like 400 miles away.
Right.
Where are you at, Snork?
You're muted 400 miles. Right up the street.
He's right around the corner.
Right.
Oh, there we go.
Funny.
I thought I was muted.
No, we met up in Kansas City.
Yeah, we had a few. Would you call it? We call it a funeral concert. I went to in Kansas City. And he came along. I'm sorry.
It was beautiful music. It's not your fault. I'm just saying. It was just. I've never been to one of those things. The lady that sang was like an angel.
Like that before.
The lady that sang was an angel. She was like very beautiful, but it was so somber, and there was this. You're in. I mean, now, but let me tell you. So this bar is called Knuckles. Knuckles is like the. I'm trying to name it. Give me any popular bar out there. Any popular bar where people are just jumping and singing country, rap, whatever, right? This place has the capacity of maybe 300 or 400 people inside of it. Maybe not that much, but anyway. And when I go to a bar, I'm like, oh, we're going to party. That didn't happen here. It was totally the opposite, right? But I understood the reasoning for it. I was very respectful. I was just I was weird about the mask. I had to wear a mask.
Yeah. Oh, the mask was so extreme we could hardly breathe.
Oh yeah.
I'm not making that up. I was like, how are we breathing? So we had one person in there who was terminally ill, so we all had to be really careful.
She had a requirement. I respected that. That was cool.
We went in there, and it looked like the sound was going to be horrible, and it was the best sounding concert I've ever been to. Is being able to hear everything, not having it too quiet. And I'm like, how did they get this sound quality? There's like pieces of wood all around me, and it was so thin and stuff, and that was just.
Oh, did you freeze?
What happened?
Did I freeze? I think he froze.
No.
You froze for a sec.
Something's going on with his stuff, man.
I was just seeing if I could do share screen.
Yeah, you can share.
But so I think it was maybe a 4-hour drive for me. I had to take my students on a factory trip, and then I had to go back to Waterloo, Iowa, at 1:00 in the afternoon, and we had to be down there at 5. So I really had to Zoom to get down there for the concert.
That was. Let me tell you, it was just good to see Snork. He's actually been out on his way doing something on the East Coast closer to the East Coast. We met up. He came to my old place out in West Virginia. It was good to have him there. Stayed the night. But I met up with him, and it was good to see him. Snork's just a wonderful person. I'm very fortunate this genius is in my life. It's pretty cool. Not like partner.
And I'm certified, not a genius.
Oh, bull! Stop that crap anyway. Well, I'm fortunate that I have a lot of people in my life, but I mean,
you failed the Mensa test?
No.
Oh.
I have no IQ at all. My official IQ is nothing.
Cool.
That can't even be possible.
Why?
The government agencies said my official thing is NI. I have no indicated.
Because he's gone above, he's past the 300 mark. That's why.
No, they said it's too easy for me to cheat.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what happened to me in the Navy. I had to retake the test because my score was the first time I took it, they raised the scores, so I didn't pass. And then I studied, and I took it the second time. I didn't study the first time. I was thinking, I don't know if I want to go in. And then I took it again, studied the next time, and then I passed it by by more than 20%. Then they think you're cheating, so then I had to take it again. It was freaking crazy.
Seeing all this kind of makes me miss Zoom a little bit.
a little bit.
Well, I mean, the StreamYard has its pluses, but
yeah. I want to go to StreamYard. I'm just so familiar with Zoom. That's all. That's my
problem. Yeah.
Sure wants to come in.
You don't have a participant limit, right? I mean, like right now, if you want to have on, what's your limit?
Well, right now I can do 12.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, because you're on the free account.
Yeah, but if I do the, if I'm gonna have a lot more people on, I'm gonna jump to the, I'll pay the extra $10 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had the, I can't remember what it was per month. It wasn't much, because I'm a teacher. When COVID hit, we needed Zoom.
Yeah.
Right.
To be able, we couldn't always get through it at school, so it was actually easier for me to jump on from home.
I'm sorry, my daughter is messaging me. Did you find my TikTok? And I was like, I don't know. I don't think so. And she said, it says you viewed my profile. I was like, I did? I have no idea.
If you fire up TikTok, it'll search your
I don't know. You know what? I'm not following her. Like, she's worried I'm going to see all her stuff. I don't pay attention to it. I'm like,
but it will search your contacts on your phone, and then it'll
give you
it'll search there. Even if you don't look at them, it'll at least say who are they, and it'll put it in your list.
I'm just looking for the Van Gogh this thing to send to her. There it is.
Yeah, just tell her not to worry about it.
Scary. She says yes, scary.
Emoji.
I'm not. She thinks I'm following her. I'm like, whatever.
Just say you're not following her. You didn't see any of the liquor.
If I did, it was accidental. Like she this morning, what was it? I sent her some TikTok stuff. She's 19. And it was some account, she's following the stuff in Gaza and she's aware. And it was an account that it was some Gen Z girl, I don't know, maybe around her age, early 20s. And everything she said, reminded me of things Zoe said. So I sent it to her. And she's like, why did you send me this thing that it said something at the top? I didn't even notice. And I was like, I don't know. It was like Hunger Games, something or other. So she's laughing at me that I don't know that it said whatever the hell it said at the top. I don't even know. But that I'm just clueless. And I was like, okay, you know what? You can make fun of me because I'm 50. Wait, I didn't say that. You can make fun of me because I don't know stuff you know, but do you know everything I know? And I start telling her stuff from Randy's show and Stephen Kinzer and John Pilger. And I was like, I might not know all the lingo, but so we're good. But it was just kind of funny because she was like, why'd you send me that TikTok? You didn't see that? And I was like, I didn't notice. I just paid attention to the main gist of this girl's page, which was, stuff, current things, what's going on. And I thought it was up her alley. So she's like, yeah, it was a good account. She was just laughing hysterically at me. It's something I missed. I'm like, whatever. I guess it's fun to laugh at older people, right?
They
Yeah.
do that. They will do that whenever they get a chance.
But you know
it makes
what?
them feel
Roger
really
Waters.
cool.
Roger Waters
Yeah.
just turned 80 in September. Or not just
The guy
turned,
thinks like a
half a
top,
year
and
ago.
he thinks like a top. My grandfather died when he was 88, and he used to go out at 85 years old. And I like what Trump, excuse me, not Trump, sorry, Snork, what Snork's saying. You know, fearless leaders need to be like really there. But my grandfather used to go out into the coal mines at 85 and work on these things called mules or whatever, these diesel mining products and vehicles and diggers and drillers and all this other stuff. And I used to go in there with him, and I was like, I don't want to go, but he had no fear, just went and fixed it, talked to everybody. It was, so I mean, the age thing is important. But I think there should be some serious testing, though. I mean, like totally unbiased testing. That's the biggest thing I'd like to see.
Yeah, I mean Biden, but I still think even if you're really, really sharp, I feel like 80 is a time you need to
take a break.
relax.
We were saying 72. I'm saying 72. You wanted to go 70. So you're saying 80. So
I'm saying 80 because I'm thinking of, I mean, look at Roger Waters. Holy shit. And I've played a clip tonight.
He's still playing.
I know. And let me see if I can, actually, I'd love to share it. Wait, let me see if I can remember how to do this.
By the way, Cheryl's trying to get in.
Oh,
real quick.
Been a
one
while.
thing about Roger Waters.
Yeah,
think of him as a musician.
Hold on, let me see. Oh, whoops. Sharing, what is it? Sharing? Holy crap. I forgot how this worked. Hold on a second.
Roger Waters was a composer.
What is
he
it
wrote
showing?
the songs.
Mm-hmm.
And what he did writing the songs is far more impressive than any of his playing.
Yeah.
Other people have been able to duplicate his playing. They didn't duplicate his thoughts. His thoughts are what is still strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, other people, to me, as we get old, the likelihood of major incidents, major brain failure, anything, increases. Some people die young and whatever. I'm just saying, above the age of 72, we have a major investment when we have somebody in office.
Yeah.
We need to know that they're okay.
Hang on, I just realized it's pulling up. Are you guys seeing my other screen with this McGovern letter? Sorry about that.
I am seeing a signature.
Yeah, I see it.
Page.
I see some signatures.
Hold on. That's what I had up from earlier. Let me just
get
rid of this.
Really nice looking background.
Oh yeah. Do you want to hear some? Oh, never mind. I don't want to. Never mind. It's a private joke. I shouldn't share. My desktop is a mess. You know what all that is?
Are you trying to be professional? I swear to God, if
no,
you're going to be professional, I'm going to boot you. I swear.
I am not trying to be professional at all, obviously.
You start being professional, you're out of here.
No, I'm not. I'm actually, let me pull up. I just don't know. I'm trying to think like the best way to pull up a clip I've got. I played 2 clips of Ellsberg tonight, who you guys probably know that Ellsberg died last June. But, oh my God, that man. I mean, coolest thing, he was so nice. And I got to, he did a couple of shows with Randy. But I got to talk to him for a minute, and he was so nice. I was like, I told him, I was like, you remind me of my grandparents, who raised me. And they were in their 90s, and they were sharp as hell, up, just like him. But it's rare to be that sharp into your 90s is not normal. That's not the norm. I shouldn't say normal. It's not the norm.
Yeah, if you go to Malaysia, where the Kung Fu priests are, and talk to these guys that are in their 90s and 100s, they're I mean, it's diet, exercise, you know what I'm saying? But these guys have eaten like the purest fruit and purest vegetables and purest meats and fish and stuff like that.
Some of it. Hold on. Let me see if let me do another share screen, but not my messy screen with all the. Oh, Snork's laughing. I hope it's something else other than me. Okay.
It's what they use instead of sugar.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're eating
Really
donuts all the
healthy.
time. I mean,
what? I don't want to share
you can
that
only
screen.
eat.
Hold on.
You can only weirdly and
Oh, here we
strangely.
go. Here we go. Hold on. I can do it. I can do
Okay,
it.
you can do
You
it.
guys see this now? Do you see
Yeah,
it now?
yeah, I see it. Go ahead,
This is
Ellsberg.
Ellsberg talking about, Assange, the assassination attempts by the CIA and his own experience. But I'll have to look at the exact date on this one. I think he was on like 4 or 5 times. But anyway, yeah, I got to talk to him about and he was the sweetest guy. He was like, "Oh, tell me about your grandparents." Like he was actually interested. Like I'm just the person behind the camera, right? And he was like, "Oh, tell me about them." I was like, "Well, they lived to be 95 and 96. They're not here anymore." And he was just like, "Oh, I'm sorry to hear that." But he just was really nice and I mean, sharp as a tack. So I think this was 20 I think this was like early fall 2021, but he died at 92, so I think he would have been 90. But just listen to him.
Okay.
The question of attempting to assassinate him or considering assassinating him by
Is the
poison
volume all the way up?
is
Hold
the
on,
same
let me see. Hold on. Wait, how do I do that here? Forget.
Here it's automatic. It's on your end.
Oh, it's on my end. Okay, hold on. Hold on.
I can hear it very slightly.
Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's try again. And this is just 1:09.
The question of attempting to assassinate him or considering assassinating him by poisoning him, I experienced the same thing. There were discussions or not more than discussions, I'm sorry. In the case of, I was not only subjected to illegal surveillance, warrantless surveillance at the time, but people were brought up, a dozen people, former or current CIA assets, as they call them, who had participated in the Bay of Pigs, to incapacitate Daniel Ellsberg totally, which meant either shut me up totally or kill me. Not clear. They aborted that when they became afraid they were going to be caught and used, as one of them puts it, as patsies, like Oswald, as one of them put it, interestingly, the CIA asset. So when those things came out, the charges against me were dropped, and they figured in the impeachment trial of Richard Nixon. And of course, this criminal behavior should be investigated by Congress and the Department of Justice. Definitely. We're talking about criminal activities, very obviously, against him, just as against me.
Cool,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not gone already. I'm kind of, but that would be horrific.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Wait, did I stop sharing? Did it stop?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
So in regards to Julian Assange and everybody, some people have kind of floated this out there. If they really wanted to stop WikiLeaks and people having faith in whistleblowing, because not very many people really go to O'Keefe, just to let you know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he does have a few people, but he usually has to go out and get stuff, right? But people trust Assange. They trust Glenn Greenwald. They trust these people. The thing is they don't want to. They're not kill. They're saying that they don't want to kill him because if they do kill him, it's gonna cause a big. It's going to. There's a vault of information out there, right? So if he goes away, they're going to release it. That's one theory. The other theory is that they're saying that he's kind of involved with a lot of this stuff already, and he's kind of like just a tool of all the deep state.
No.
There's no fucking way that's
No.
and I've heard that, and that's actually
No,
come from
I'm
the
going to tell you
Democrats.
right now. I'm going to tell you as someone that is one step removed from people that have been in the embassy recently.
Yeah.
No, there's no way.
No, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
But I mean,
all these
you
other
know, you never,
no. It's not. You never know. There's no way he's got information. I believe the first one. The first one is he has information. I don't think he released everything from the Podesta files. I don't think he's released everything that he got from Seth Rich. I don't think he's released everything that he could. You've got to hold a little insurance. The guy that has Hunter Biden's laptop, which is real now, we know that guy blurted out, I remember this interview, I don't have it in front of me, but he blurted out in some way, you got to protect yourself, because somebody asked him, do you have a copy of this stuff? He goes, well, you got to protect yourself. That's all I'm saying. Oh, so you do? He goes, no, I'm not saying I do. I'm just saying you got to protect yourself. So of course he does. The reason why that guy's still alive is because that hard drive has been copied probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 times, and it's somewhere in a safe deposit box or wherever it is, or buried underneath a rock, somewhere.
Right.
Who knows where? Up in a mountain.
Yeah.
Who knows?
You
Just to
still
protect
have
himself.
naked Hawaiian ladies on your wall? You just moved your head, and I saw it. Oh, yes, you do. Oh, the same photo.
It's a lithograph.
Not naked, but yeah.
It's the same one. The same.
Yeah, it is the same one. It is the same one. Yeah. Well, it really is nice to see you guys. It's been a long time. So wait, what happened to Shirley? You said Cheryl.
I sent her the link. She's at work, so she's probably at that point when she wanted to get on.
She lost her husband a couple of years ago.
Yeah, if you heard the story, I'm going to tell you, a lot of people were, the process, and Robert F. Kennedy went through this really well on many times, which I like his support and everything he's done regarding, he's not against that. I took a vaccine in November of 2019. I've taken them all the time, but not this one. But anyway.
You don't have to qualify anything.
Yeah, you don't have to fucking qualify. But the thing is he was talking about the entire procedures. He's gone through this several times, and he just recently talked about it. And he said all the people and how they handled this entire thing that happened in early 2020, basically, and he said these words. Not murder. I think it wasn't murder. It was like cause of death. That was it. It was the way they handled the procedure, this, that. When they were bringing him, they were using ventilators. This is what happened with Cheryl's husband.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but that was in late 2019.
I knew that he died, but I didn't know what was going on. Okay.
There are people suing hospitals like crazy right now because of that stuff.
Okay, I gotta take a break. I'll be right back. Brian is sitting over here on the couch watching Doctor Who.
Is Graham in there? What you doing?
He is sitting over here. We're at that stage of our relationship. He's over there sitting.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Watching Doctor Who.
I miss that guy because what's cool about Graham and I.
Wait, how long's it been, Brian? 4 years? Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's been 5. I think we were no longer on air.
Oh yeah, no, it has been 5. Well, yeah, I moved out to California for 6 months, and that didn't go very well because my daughter hated it. Huh?
I've been a teacher for 4.5 years.
Right. No, we've been together for 5. No, wait a minute. No, that was 29. No, it's 4. I mean, technically.
No, I went out there to the East Coast in 2019. So
I know, but Brian wasn't there.
2 years.
We've been talking, but we weren't together. So, no, it was since like late 2019. So 4 years, 4 and a couple months. Anyway,
yeah, I've been a teacher for 4.5 years now.
Yeah, but no, we met May of 2017. It was on Ebon's channel, and then we talked for almost a year before we met in DC. And then we lived through the pandemic. Yeah. But no, he's hanging out over here watching Doctor Who. So I have to take a break. I'll be right back.
I miss
Brian,
Bram.
do you want to come
we
over and chat
had great conversations together.
Yeah.
When we used to go to the Green Party in Orange County together.
He's so embroiled in Doctor Who.
Oh yeah, let's not bother him.
He'll come over in a few minutes.
Let's not bother him about world-changing events. Doctor Who is much more important.
to be fair, Brian has been he works at a bank in IT, and he has been having to train a bunch of other people and working really long hours. So,
Right.
he's kind of
See,
just
that's cool that you went to bat for your man. That's
he
great.
just came back from
That
the
is
gym.
fucking cool. That is very cool.
Well, he just came back from the gym,
Oh, very
and
nice.
he's just relaxing for a bit.
Okay,
But
take a
anyway,
break.
I will be back in just a couple minutes, so I'm just
I'm not
gonna
gonna give him
mute.
any crap. No more crap for Bram. But
Okay.
I'm gonna take a break too. You guys want to take a break? I'm gonna take
Sure.
a 5. Let's take 5.
Yeah,
I'm
we'll
gonna
be
take
right
5.
back.
Everybody take
Good
5.
time to go out.
Oh, Cheryl says she's coming. When, Cheryl? Okay, well, I'm taking a break first. I'm gonna hand.
I was just going to hit the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But Cheryl says I'm coming. Cheryl, give us 5 minutes. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'll be back.
I see you coming in.
Hello?
Hello. We're all taking potty breaks.
Hello, everyone. Oh. How you doing, Snort?
Oh, I'm doing all right.
Yeah, I'm at work.
How long?
Wow.
How long
I had
can
to
you
call.
spend? Are you on your break or lunch?
No, I was on my break, but I was sitting outside and it was so cold, my hands getting so I had to write the meeting ID in the pants closed down because it kept cutting me off.
Okay.
I'm fine right now. It's
Okay,
not
good.
busy here.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what it is now here. It's like 6. What? How cold is it where you're at, Snort?
It may be
Let's see.
about 16 degrees.
That's
I'm at
warm.
3 degrees. I'm at 3 degrees.
Ziggy, weather.
Jeez.
I'm at 3 degrees.
Ziggy.
I called in because I called in because I saw Kelly. I'm like, oh my God, I ain't talked to her in a long
Yeah, it's so
time.
cool to have the group back together. Well, the people that are kind of getting what's going on out there, this is good. Yeah. I'm not
When I
gonna.
put in the chat room, I said the doctors giving oxygen in the operating room when they're doing 12-hour surgery because they need their oxygen.
When she
So those
comes
masks
back,
don't work.
if you could let her know the story of. I'm telling you, there's going to be a moment when you're going to be able to sue. I'm still looking. I swear to gosh. There are people doing it now. I'm just trying to find the attorney because I know they're doing class action. They're going to start class actions on a lot of hospitals for the way they handled those people with the respirators and stuff like that. So I don't want to get too deep into it.
They
Wait.
murdered people. Well, anyway,
Be
did
careful.
you know they gave the doctors the staff the medical staff in Colorado Ebola vaccine.
There's a what?
They gave them Ebola vaccine.
Oh, everybody was getting that though, right? Back then.
I don't know.
Ebola
They got yes, they gave Colorado. I saw them. I think you was on Epoch Times.
Yeah.
They gave them Ebola vaccine.
I don't know, but just letting you know that the COVID vaccine is safe and effective, and it's definitely good for you and helps you slow the spread and all that other stuff. Just letting you know.
Yeah. It's great. It's great. That's what they did on the Jimmy Dore show.
Yeah, I have to do it too. There she is. Yeah, if you want to let her know.
Officially, we're also, as an employee of Iowa, we're supposed to say that Israel is completely in the right.
Turn the light on.
Right.
As well as
Right.
it was just fine.
Right? Yeah, like we're supposed to. Yeah, Israel is totally doing the best things for everybody. And hey, man, what's up, bro?
Hey, everyone.
Hi, Shirley.
You know what's crazy? If they had some new episodes of Star Trek, which is a little woke, sometimes I still watch them. I would not be here if they had those on Paramount. Just letting you know. So I understand.
Yeah, I've watched it. The new Strange New Worlds. That's actually
Strange New Worlds is epic.
Actually, pretty good.
Yeah.
I thought that when they did a musical version, it would be just total. It just ended the show.
I liked it. No,
and I
was
It was actually pretty good.
No, they were all great. They're actors. They're performers. But I was like really impressed. Fucking Spock's got pipes. Right?
Yeah, and I said, do you know who
Brian
Spock's
I've
grandfather
watched more
was?
TV in the past few years than I have in my entire life. But part of that's the pandemic.
Right.
Although, you know what we watched? Okay, if you guys have not seen this, Mindhunter. Has anyone seen Mindhunter?
Oh.
Yeah, I watched it. Then they canceled it.
I know.
Where's that?
Everybody. So I told this guy
I don't
that
have
he hosts Twitter Spaces that I was like, this show is just awesome, and I guess he thought like I just like serial killer shit, which is not the case at all. Like there's so much bad shit in the world. Like, if you're gonna do fiction, I'm all about, like, the Hallmark Channel. Like, watch something happy and nice.
Right?
Little House on the
Yeah.
Prairie.
That's why I like
You know?
watching that stuff, is because it takes me out away. I'll even watch some fantasy stuff like the Wheel of Time I've watched, which is kind of silly, and a few other like the Rings of Power, and then I watch, everybody watch Game of Thrones.
But some people like to watch things that are more violent or whatever, and it's kind of a way to, I don't know, check out. I don't
can't do
like
scary
that
movies.
stuff.
I get scared at scary movies. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I don't like that stuff. But
This big
Mindhunter,
strong
the whole
Hawaiian gets
reason I
scared.
loved it. The what?
This big strong Hawaiian. I
Oh.
get a little wimpy around. Like Dawn of the Dead to this day still scares the shit out of me. Exorcist still
Turn off
scares
this
the shit.
bright light.
Oh no! Don't turn off the light. I'm kidding.
Oh,
I'm
okay,
kidding.
well, let me turn it
But
down.
Cheryl's here. She doesn't have much time, so she wanted to say a few things. Cheryl, hi.
Yeah, I'll let her.
Well,
Yeah,
let me
let
just turn it. I
Cheryl
had to turn it
speak.
down a little bit. It was too
It's
bright.
It's not too much I can say on here because I don't
Oh.
want James Carroll to be taken out.
Wait, why can't you? Oh,
Yeah, I'm on my
Yeah, I
seventh
know what
YouTube
they-
channel. You guys know that, right? This is my seventh
why?
channel.
Why do you keep changing?
Why do
Because
I
you
keep
say-
changing?
Or is it because you say something about vaccines?
It's because I say the V word,
Oh,
and I indicate a lot of information that is out there, and I say a lot
Okay,
of things
got it.
about a lot of things, and they don't like a lot of things that I say. Nothing
Oh.
violent, nothing. I'm what they call listed as an influence operator according to this administration. Yeah, no,
funny,
that's how they
isn't it?
classified these people. They classified all of us as influence. I had Brian. You know who Ryan Christian is?
Yes.
Yeah, I've had him on the show. His YouTube got taken down. He came on my show like the next day. I've had a few people that have had their channels down, and then we were talking about kind of the same stuff, and the things that happened and started.
So you can just start another one? That's how that
Yeah,
works?
well, I've got they're different emails.
Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Shirley, how are you doing? I know you had like big major losses a few years ago, and how have you been?
Yeah. Well, I lost my husband in 2019.
Right.
I think that they killed him because they put him on the damn ventilator. Because I didn't take him to the hospital for hard of breathing. Not at all. And they like, well, his organs starting to fail. Well, you got him on the ventilator, so we're taking him off.
Jeez,
So that's
I'm so
what
sorry.
here.
Well,
And
my
cousin
aunt died of it. My aunt died in November. It was the Delta variant, November 2021, right before we hit the cow snort.
But see, my husband didn't die. My husband didn't have that. That was in 2019. Everything
Right.
started popping off in 2020.
Right.
And my cousin
Wow.
died from it last December. She got that fast cancer from it, and she couldn't even get chemo took her out of here.
Wow.
And
Wow.
that was
I'm
my
so
favorite
sorry.
cousin. That was my favorite cousin. She was like a big sister.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That's horrible. I mean, I
And
think
that-
you guys all remember that, around the time where we were all first talking, I lost both my parents and my sister, who was 35, like all in 11 months. 2016 to 2017. Yep. So I understand. It's sort of surreal. It makes you just like sort of shift all of your priorities, I think, which is why I'm happily divorced.
You said that's you had people more.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I was
something
like-
came out
I'm
of
with
the
you.
house.
Yeah, I'm like, no more of this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, but I mean, it does make you kind of like go, well, shit, like if you could just, it might be near the end. Is this how I want to live? No. So, I mean, that's what I did. Mitch came to my house, but thankfully, asshole, that's just what I call him. He doesn't have a name. Asshole with a capital A. Sorry, but he wasn't there, thankfully. But He turned out to be even more of an asshole throughout the whole rest of it. Completely ditched his daughter.
Oh wow.
So I don't, I know I made the right decision. But anyway, that's not what this is about. I'm just saying that, like, that kind of stuff sort of makes you reprioritize your priorities, right?
It's what's important now.
Right.
Yeah, people that care about you, like my daughter, my grandkids, my
Mm-hmm.
good friends, people that have been there for me and
Right.
with me and around me, and
Mm-hmm.
there's and that's just, we need the support. And it's always like I've always said here in regards to Monotalk, it's not just a great place to debate, have the conversations and stuff, but it's a great place to vent. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we remember Kevin.
Yes.
he he was he
I
was
gotta
an
tell you,
overventer, right? Remember?
I gotta tell you a funny story. I don't know if you guys remember my older daughter, Abby. She came on once.
I think I saw
I
her.
was
Yeah.
still in my old house, and we went up north, Michigan. When you live down near Detroit, you call up Traverse City and all that up north. And we're driving. This was back in, I don't know, 2018. No, had to have been 2017. Anyway, we're driving in this. She had been listening, and she had tuned into a couple of our shows. And anyway, we're driving up I-75 out past Flint, and this kind of rusted out, like, Bronco drives by, and Abby just goes, "There goes Kevin."
Oh no way, really?
Yeah, because Kevin, you remember he was from Michigan.
Oh,
He had
that's
that
right.
very thick
Yeah.
Michigan accent, but he was. I mean, I think I was going to say he's kind of an asshole, but I think he was just venting. He was
That's
young.
it.
And I
Exactly.
remember you
Exactly.
and Graham both kind of trying to tell him to tone it down a little
We
bit.
all were. We all were.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, people came on back then, and it was like
Yeah.
you had kind of bottled up all this stuff. This is 7 years ago now that
Yeah.
we didn't have these outlets, and people would just be like, "Oh, finally, somebody can listen to me,"
Yeah.
and they just
We
kind of would,
listened.
blah. And I think it was kind of Ariel who couldn't handle, like, anybody being upset or something. I don't know.
I was very tolerant on my
Yeah.
everyone I had. There were some times when people were just a little too much, and I'd say, look, I'd give them a warning, and I'd say, look, if you're gonna, the main thing was just the interrupting. I mean, the way I see this is we're all sitting at the table, we're all at the bar. That's the way I see it.
Right.
We're just talking, amongst ourselves. But then you have somebody who comes in and just starts. They're not trolling. They just can't hold back from their.
Right.
They're right. They got it. And then they start calling everybody stupid and they start being rude. That's not what this monotalk is about. Mono's power and talking is important. That's why it's called monotalk.
But I think maybe a lot of those people have families that maybe they've been at odds with. They don't feel like they're heard, and they're just, I don't know, they're just pissed. So I don't take it personally. But I do remember Kevin. We had to have a couple of interventions.
I know
over
exactly.
Kevin.
He came on and
go ahead. We were on for 6 or 7 hours.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, we used to go on for like 6-7 hours. We started like 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock and finished at like 4 in the morning.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just like, what the heck just happened?
I remember driving. So I'm still in Chapel Hill. Both my daughters went to a camp in northern Pennsylvania, which is my doing because I'm crazy. It was a performing arts camp that was non-competitive, this kind of hippie camp. Lots of kids from Brooklyn. Never mind that now. But back then it was cool. And it was like a 9-hour drive from here. And everyone thought I was crazy. But my kids love this camp. And my older daughter is now in Scotland because of this camp. Totally changed her life. But I remember driving those 9 hours late at night because I would leave at like 9 o'clock because I like driving at night. There's no traffic. And I'm driving through the middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania, listening to Shirley and Broken and Snork and Jane, everybody just talking through as I was driving through out in the middle of nowhere. It was fun. It was fun. Broken. Have you guys talked to Broken? Like in a while?
Yeah,
Anybody?
I haven't.
He dropped out of our chat.
Yeah, but he's. I guess he's retweeted or whatever, responded to Brian on Twitter a few times recently.
When?
Recently, like in the last couple of weeks, coming out of the blue.
Oh, ask him if he wants to come on.
Okay.
Brian,
yeah, I will.
ask
But,
him if he wants to come on.
I have to say, I miss having these talks, but I do sometimes kind of feel like I have to I'm joking about it, but I'm kind of serious too about I'm trying to do this thing. The candidates for Assange. We had the first one tonight, and I
That's serious. No, Assange is
it is, and
one,
I don't, it's who I am. Look, I'm not being disingenuous. I have two sides, I guess, but I just don't want anybody to misinterpret anything I say here, so if this is like up, which I know it is, but no offense, James, I don't think you have that many viewers right now, so
no, I don't.
I'm not worried about it, but it's just, I don't know if anything I say, you could, but I don't know if anything I might say, could harm my efforts there, because I have certain views. Like, I'm just going to say this about the COVID stuff. I'll leave it at that. I looked at the IFR, the infection fatality rate, and I made my decision from there.
Okay.
And even so, my aunt died, and that was serious, and I think she made the right decision being vaccinated. But from the beginning, I was not on board with all of it. And I just don't, I don't know if anything I might say like that could be harmful to my other efforts. So
that's all right. I mean, my daughter had to take the vaccine because she's in the Air Force. Even though she didn't want to, even though she knows it was completely indemnified, which nothing is until this came out, and she knows. I've given her plenty of information. She goes, "Dad, I had to do it. It's just my job." And I said, "Yeah." And then Snork is in the same position. He had to take it too.
But wait, Rep Luna, because I've tweeted her name so many damn times because she's on House Resolution 934 to drop charges against Assange. Her husband, I think they're divorced now. What's her name? Shit. It's Rep Luna. I don't remember her first name. She's from Florida. But her ex-husband, I guess, refused to do the COVID vaccine and was either, I guess, fired from the military, however that it happens.
Many were. 80,000.
What?
80,000 military members that refused.
Oh, okay. So they have a lawsuit, though. She and her husband have a lawsuit. Yeah, look it up.
Yeah.
Do you know about Rep? Look up Rep Luna and.
I put her link in the chat. The chat that's in Zoom.
Oh,
okay. I'm going to bring that up.
Okay.
He knows.
I just feel
Snork
like
is following that stuff. Snork is following it pretty closely. He knows what's going on pretty much.
I just don't understand why science didn't prevail. I mean,
that's not science.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What they're doing is not science.
The scientists aren't the final call. People who have access to the news agencies are. The people who sign the documents are.
Yeah.
And a lot of translations, a lot of things get skipped. A lot of things don't meet. And then some of the scientists are paid. So, but again, a lot of what you see actually happen isn't from the scientists, but gets blamed on the scientists.
Yeah.
So
it's from the DOD.
Yeah. So, usually the scientists aren't paid that well. People are paid really well that have to protect their paychecks. They'll do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. By the way, that Luna Congresswoman Luna, Anna Paulina Luna.
Yes,
is
that's her.
freaking smoking hot.
I don't swing that way, but I'll hand you that.
Yeah.
But no, she is, and she's also smoking hot in her like testimony.
And she's smart, and you
yeah,
can be
I
smart
mean,
and be good looking. By the way, I'm not.
Yes.
I don't know anything about that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can be
The only
intelligent.
thing I'll say about that, though, is with all of these Republicans that come out that way, like along with Schellenberger and Matt Taibbi, giving, basically, I'll just say it here, which I can't say other places, the deep state, hell, the censorship and all of that. I do question whether they will really do the same thing if it's China all of a sudden. You see like Marjorie Taylor Greene, for example, who it's so weird that she's from fucking Rome, Georgia. That's where my ex-husband is from. That place is like hell on earth. Zoe went there in 2019. She's like, oh my God, thank you for never making me go there.
Like a tough neighborhood? Is that what you're talking about?
It's like the fucking Twilight Zone. It's like Deliverance. It's just crazy.
Deliverance type? Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, but no, with MTG, like I just feel like she's spot on all these things, and then all of a sudden it's just this crazy anti-China rhetoric. So Rep Luna seems a little bit less like that, but I don't know. I thought she was great. That's why I followed her on stuff she was saying about the censorship, but I don't know. Ultimately, they're still with a party, the corporate party, and we'll see what happens.
Well, MTG, people think she's crazy, but I think she's not very smart because she's still trading stocks and in Congress. That's not a good idea.
Well, there's some shit in the
and there's
water.
A lot of her constituents.
Water plant.
A lot of her constituents.
The Kraft paper mill. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries. A lot of her constituents. People that voted for her saying, "What are you doing?" You got like that Crenshaw guy with the patch who's all about Ukraine, all about Israel, all about the military-industrial complex. He's just a few $100,000 more than she is. She's at $60,000 in stock trades, right? He's at like 90 or 100,000 or something. But I saw this list the other day. But this should never happen. This is
right.
You're right in line with Nancy Pelosi, by the way.
Right. It shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen. And
I don't think she's
are you with us or are you against us? That's the question I have for so many of these supposed patriotic, representatives of the people. Right?
It's so funny for me because I don't know if you guys really remember my story, but I'm from Michigan, and the other side of my family is Canadian, and my mother and her downward mobility, and I was not raised by my parents, I was raised by my grandparents, but my biological mother and my half sister. So my biological mother and her downward mobility, I feel for her, but she ends up in Rome, Georgia. And so I was there in my early 20s. And I was in major culture shock. I was like, what the fuck is this place? It was awful. It was honestly awful. And I used to be a lot more judgmental about it, I guess, in the same way that I was when Trump, in early 2016 or late 2015 when he came on the scene. And now I don't have the same view. I just think that they're blue collar people that have, as we know, they suffered NAFTA, all the job outsourcing and all of that.
Man, yeah.
And I just don't look at them the same way that I did. I'm kind of almost embarrassed to admit that I was one of those fucking pantsuit nation bitches, and that's why I like to be on your
I was kind of in the same spot
like this. But I did think that way. I watched Bill Maher like an idiot, and I thought that way. Yeah, I did. I really did. Right. Because I was immersed. I was sort of plunged into it, and all of a sudden I'm meeting all these like homophobic, honestly racist. But the thing is, what I've realized over the years is that the liberal elite are no less racist, and power is going to use race any way it can. But it's just the so-called rednecks, which is very derogatory, but they in say Rome, Georgia, they're not the most educated. They're poor. They're really poor, and they kind of don't know better. But I don't look down on them like I used to, and I'm kind of almost embarrassed that I did, because I think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she represents her district, and I don't agree with her on everything. I just think, we have to be cautious, because I think that they're speaking truth right now, but where is that going to go, like, later? So that's all I would say, is they're with a major party, so let's just keep an eye on that. If that
Did you
makes
say the liberals aren't racist?
No, I said they are.
Oh, I thought you said they.
Oh yeah,
I
no, of course they are. Of course they are. But you're sort of fed this bullshit that they aren't. But of course they are. They're some of the
Yeah,
worst.
they are. And they always point at the Republicans, and they don't point to those poor people in the rest of the state. Hillary never went there. That's why she ain't winning. Yes,
Shirley, do you remember years ago? I'm pretty sure I told this story on Ebon's channel or on one of mine, that and you won't see it now here. It is so different in 7 years in Chapel Hill. Oh my God, it's like Southern California here now. So just as a little example, there was a shopping center that was kind of the same. I lived here in the 80s for about 2 years, my teen years, and then I moved away. I wasn't from here or anything, but anyway, moved back as an adult. There was a shopping center that was nothing fancy, just a little shopping center. Whole Foods was there, but it had like a thrift shop, and it had this old shoe repair shop. And these two guys, I think that it was just one owner, older black man, and I used to take shoes in there, like, leather shoes, like to repair and stuff. And I went in there, and this was in late 2016, early 2017, and it's gone now. The whole thing is gone. That whole part of the shopping center is gone, with the thrift store and the older shops. But I walked in there, and he and I guess, I don't know, his coworker were talking, and I hear them, and they're talking politics, and I couldn't help it because my ears perk up. And he's like, something about Democrats. And I was like, I just sort of chimed in. I forget how it came about. And so I would say he was in his 60s. And like I said, black man in his 60s. And he says, well, Chapel Hill is so liberal. They sure don't want me as their neighbor. I just looked at him and I said, you are 1,000% right. And that's where things were going here like 7 years ago. And now it's even more so. They want to, as my daughter Zoe says, it's performance activism. They want to appear like they are for minority rights and all these things, but they don't want it in their backyard.
How old is your daughter now?
She's 19.
And she said performance activism?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's impressive.
Now, if you fit
that's a good one.
If you fit a certain, like, if you're a Jamal Bowman kind of, like, you'll suck up to their people kind of what person, then sure. If they can parade you around, but do they want like affordable housing for teachers of all colors? Hell no. Nope. They don't want that. Nope. Not that NIMBY, not in my backyard.
Yep.
That is 1,000% Chapel Hill. So that's what I find just nauseating. It's just sickening.
Well, they run high BLM and Antifa. And everybody thinking they fight for black people. No, they weren't. They were paid for by Soros and the devil.
Wait, say that again?
I said they paid for the Democrats and Soros paid for Black Lives Matter and Antifa. And they've been laying bricks all in different parts of the city, and people got them absorbed stores and all that other stuff. And those breaks are from Kissinger's business.
Well, so I know this guy. He worked at a restaurant here, downtown Chapel Hill. Look him up. His name is Lamont Lilly. He was in Philly, DNC Week 2016, and he is on Right Brain Media's documentary, The Revolution Will Not Be Televised, I think it's called. And Lamont is hardcore real left, like Margaret Kimberly left. Shirley, you know who Margaret Kimberly is, right?
Margaret Kimball?
Margaret Kimberly. She
I
writes.
never heard of her name.
You're kidding me. Oh my goodness. You've got to follow Margaret Kimberly. She's been on Randy's show. She's been at events in New York for Randy's stand-ups for Assange. She writes for the Black Agenda Report. But you would love her. She is hardcore against the establishment, that sucks up to, the Obamas and all that. Oh, Margaret Kimberly. Oh, you know what? I'm going to find a clip. This is what I do now because I can't help it. I just find clips. Let me find a clip.
And why are we paying for security for Fauci? He got security like the president.
Who does?
Why are we paying for security for Fauci? He got security like the president.
For Fauci? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, because.
And then Dr. Drew and Rob Stein are talking about give some people amnesty. Some of them ain't getting no damn amnesty.
Can we take a vote on that? Like whether they should have security or not?
Exactly, right?
Because it could be fun. We could televise it. Oh, wait. Did I say that?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff's going to be televised we didn't see.
Right. Right. Gosh, I thought I had clips of her. I guess I just have. No, I know I do. I know I do. Hold on. I know I've got clips of her. Oh, it's probably here. Hold on. Oh, you'll love this. Oh, you'll love this, Shirley. Hold on. I can't believe you don't know Margaret Kimberly. She kicks so much ass. I love her. Okay, hold on. Let me do share screen. I don't know which part this is, but this is her live at one of the events.
Make sure the volume's up.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. You're right. Let me make sure the volume is up. Volume is up. Hold on. Volume is up. I love Margaret Kimberly. I haven't actually met her in person, just on Zoom, but okay, wait. Okay, here we go. Share this screen. I think that's right. What's going on here? Okay. This should be it. Okay, here we go.
Now, we're told this was a failure. This was a failed mission. Well, it wasn't failed. They do what they intended to do. And the intention is imperialism. The intention is to to allow the U.S. and its allies to control the rest of the world. And these cables and other that's just one example of the good work that WikiLeaks did on behalf of people all over the world. They revealed the brutality of the supposedly advanced countries, the so-called free world, and their brutality particularly towards the global south. So we're talking about ongoing corruption, criminality, and imperialism exercised by the US and by the UK. And that's why they hate Julian Assange and want to make an example of him. And, it's a funny thing. The January 6th hearings are going on now. And what does everybody say? They were trying to steal democracy. They were trying to steal democracy. I don't think they were. But we always hear that. And we hear it this time is for the most cynical of reasons. We're supposed to overlook what Biden is doing all over the world, that he has continued the sanctions against other countries, continued the Trump's withdrawal from the Iran nuclear deal, and so on and so on. But they love to throw around the word democracy, which we actually don't have. And there are people who've done papers, which prove we don't ever get what we want. So I'm guessing it's not a democracy. So who could be more inconvenient than someone who exposes these criminals for what they are?
So I have several of those.
She's got. I know who that is. I know now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Margaret Kimberly.
Wait a minute, is that the black lady with like that? I don't know if she had dreadlocks or what, braids.
Yeah. Oh,
Silver braid hair.
So much ass. I love her. She is just.
I know her. I don't remember her name, but
okay. Yeah, Kimberly EY was really funny because when she was first on, I screwed up on the Twitter on whatever, I don't know, and I put without the EY, and I was like, I can't believe I fucked that up because my name is EY. But anyway, she's really great. I love her, and I've got several parts, but that right there, that's from October 2021, I think. So what she said about Biden, that's before anything current. But yeah, I have a couple more, but no, she's really good. I think she's been on.
Is she with the Black Agenda Report?
She is. Okay. Now. Black Agenda Report. There's this one woman. Never mind. I'm not going to go there. That's for another time. But no.
Go there. Go there.
Go there? Oh boy. Okay. So,
no, the reason why look, you're in Montauk. Remember?
I'm at Montauk.
Yeah, Montauk's crazy. We handled Kevin, for frick's sakes. We're gonna be okay.
Okay,
right?
well, in a nutshell, then I'll tell you real fast.
Okay.
So you guys know about you've heard about Rage Against the War Machine. Rage Against the War Machine.
Yeah.
You guys heard about that? I was part of that in the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
And I made clips for them and stuff like that. Mm. However, there's this woman that is part of, she writes for Black Agenda Report, and she's part of Black Alliance for Peace. And I heard about her back in 2016. As a matter of fact, Jamarl and I did a live stream about an incident that happened with Claudia. Remember Claudia from Vermont? Mm-hmm. The blonde German lady?
Yeah, yeah.
So there was an incident at some conference with this woman from Black Alliance for Peace. I do think it was kind of just a misunderstanding that blew up. But anyway, so this woman that writes for Black Agenda Report put out this hit piece against the whole Rage Against the War Machine. And it was quite honestly just utter bullshit. And I called her out on it. And I was like cringing. You can ask Brian. Like a few days later, I was like, oh shit, I put myself in the crossfire here. Because I've met Ajamu Baraka at a conference and I like him. And I was like, oh shit. This woman was like leading people on this panel around by the nose, saying that what she wrote was accurate when it wasn't. And I called her out on it. And I thought, oh shit, I'm going to get like hit by Ajamu Baraka. And I was like just cringing because, like I said, I think a lot of him. But she was basically saying that this whole Rage Against the War Machine was all, she wrote this thing and it said, I counted it and I made a little video. She wrote 30 plus times something about white liberals, white latte liberals, white, it was all white. And I think, Shirley, we've known each other a while. I think I can say this to you. This woman, I first saw her on Tim Black's show. And that's, I think, how we really all first met, right?
Right,
with
Tim
Black show.
Yeah, exactly.
And I remember.
And she was with Debbie Luzinda, too.
Yep. Yes.
And she got caught up in racism, saying something about black people. And was a big uproar.
I think so. I think Debbie was with, I can't say for sure. Anyway, I saw this woman, the black woman I'm referring to. I'll tell you her name in a minute. But I saw her on Tim Black's show. And it was the first time, I mean, look, I live in, well, I have lived in the South and in Detroit, both of which are very segregated. I hate to sound like one of those people, oh, my black friend. But when I was 13, my closest friend was black here in the South. And so I kind of like, I know, like, I have a little bit of an idea, like kind of how to.
It's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway,
just go.
so let me get to it. So
Cheryl can give a rat's ass. She doesn't care.
Yeah, I know she doesn't, but I tread softly because I try to be.
You don't have
Anyway,
to. That's the thing.
okay.
I'm telling you, that's not here and not.
Well, and that's what I love about people like Margaret Kimberly. Like, yes, there's racism, but you need to realize who the people are that are really on your side, because like we don't want that bullshit either.
Yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
So this woman, I saw her on Tim Black's show, Tim Crawford, and I was like taken aback because the reason I say that about my black friend as a teenager is not that I did not live in a completely white bubble. Like, I had some other experiences, but I was completely taken aback by this woman because everything out of her mouth on Tim's show was white people this, white people that.
Wow.
I mean, she must have said it like 50 times.
Wow.
And I was kind of like, wow, okay. Like, this doesn't seem. I was a little taken aback. Now, I tell this story in the same way I told it on a chat. Is that I told my daughters at one point, we were, and excuse me if I diverge for a second, but this is important. We were at a Target store, and I'll make this quick. This clerk, young black girl, 19 probably, was being really rude and to us, and then super friendly to an obvious stranger behind us that was black. And my daughter, my oldest daughter, who was 14 at the time, kind of got she was like, geez, what's her problem? And we left the store, and I said, you know what? Don't take that personally. And it took that as a lesson, a time to tell her, you don't, look, her parents grew up in the South where, during their time, don't take it personally that she doesn't like you. It's not about you, and don't internalize it, And so I just say that because I really try to say, like, understand when people of color have that attitude towards you. That being said, this woman on Tim Black's show that writes for Black Agenda Report is so far over the top. Yeah. I don't understand why anybody tolerates her.
It's amazing.
I don't. It's so bad. It is so bad. And so she wrote this awful fucking hit piece that was white people this, white people, white latte liberals, white. And I made this video, and just a video like of the text. And I highlighted where she said white people this or whatever 30 plus times. She changed it. She completely deleted her article, rewrote it, and submitted it to Consortium News. And they published a different version of it. But the damage had already been done because most of the black community no longer wanted to join the Rage Against the War Machine. And I was like, what the? It was all because of her shit. And I was so pissed off. So anyway, that's my story. And Shirley, I think you can understand all of that. But I mean, what good does that do?
Well, the Democrats on that now is like white people is this and that. I'm like, well, I ain't talking about white people. You're white.
What?
That's what trips me out. Yeah.
Yeah. The white people, the Democrats are talking about white people as they white supremacists. They anti-Semitic. It's all about white people now. I think they're trying to divide the country with race.
That's all. That's
right.
6 feet safe.
But I said, white people didn't have slaves. I tell you that much. I learned that. I can't mention who it is, but it wasn't white people.
Well, look, I understand, even as awful as she was, as much as I saw her bad behavior, I have to say, okay, You experience stuff. She's older than me. You experience stuff I don't know, and I will, defer to you. You have every right to feel that way. But I kind of didn't. She's been on the Real News Network as a regular. I don't understand why people sort of tolerate her attitude. Huh?
I'm tired she's getting these jobs. These shows or I don't know how she's getting these jobs.
Well, what I don't understand is why do you want to make enemies out of people that are your allies? Like, we're here. You can say whatever you want about me or any other white person that doesn't have your
That's
same
the new thing.
experience.
I'm telling you, that's the new thing going on amongst the Democrats. White people are the bad people. I'm telling you, that's what's going on right now.
You want me to explain what's going on?
It's just division is all it is. I know that's probably what you're going to say, James. It's division. But Margaret Kimberly, she understands, she gets it, and she knows we're not that. It's just being used to try to divide us. And so when I see that, I'm just pissed. So anyway, that's my story. Sorry I went on too much.
No, that's fine. But let me explain. Look, I started the website in mid 2020. Stop the WEF. If you look at their website, and I am not a member, I just put my email in, and they send me updates all the time. Because I want to know I like having friends like you guys close, but I want to have my enemies closer, and they are. So their goal, and they don't say it outright, but they infer it. They kind of juxtapose in a way, or they go around certain words, and they kind of say, this group is more important to that group, blah, blah, blah. But here's their goal, and this has been a tactic, and you know this, for thousands of years.
You're talking about race, right?
No, I'm talking about division.
Division, okay, because it can be on anything.
Because the bottom line is division is the greatest tactic that the oligarchs, the monarchs, all the elitists, I call them the global pedo-predator class, because that's what they are now. Well, that's what they really are. Is their goal is to make sure if we're divided, then they can wield that power to put us against each other. And they'll use religion, they'll use gender, they'll use color, they'll use party. It doesn't matter, as long as they can keep that vibrant and strong in any way. Then they won't be threatened by the biggest, most threatening word out there, unity. Unity is their scariest word. Because once we find out they've been playing us, you guys know, I've kind of figured this out a while back. But the thing is this has been on steroids now, and they've been going in any direction that they can to find any means possible to keep us, at force with each other. That's it. Right. But the most weirdest thing is when I see a white person try to tell the black people that they should be more racist, or they should. You're like, wait a second. It's like somebody's telling me that, because I'm Hawaiian, my land, people came over and they brought disease. They killed half of us within just a few years, and then they stole most of us and put us on whaling ships and enslaved us, and then they stole our land. So when somebody comes and tells me, you should be mad. There you go. That's a good one.
The very beginning is Hawaii.
Yeah. They tell me, well, you should be mad at the white people. I'm like, Do you know that they weren't? Most of them weren't really white. You know that, right? You know they were the Chinese were doing it, the Spanish were doing it, other countries were doing it, Japan was doing it. There was so many different. All I have to say is, go ahead.
Russia wasn't doing it.
Yeah, but Russia wasn't doing it. But what I'm saying is you're telling me to be racist when you don't even have. Look back at the history. Here's a good one. So Ireland, the Irish were the first slaves of the United States of America. The Irish. They were used as slaves beyond crazy. Nobody talks about the Chinese were fucking used as slaves as well. I mean, the whole thing is they want people it's nonsense. If they can keep us fighting, if they can use whatever they can, there's a movie you should watch. There's a movie you should watch. It's with George Clooney, so you might like it. It's called Syriana. Have you ever heard of the movie?
God, no, that movie is fantastic.
Yeah,
even though he's a huge fucking disappointment.
But what they did is they used their faith and their religion and how devoted they were, and they used these other assets, they called them, to get these, people that just believed in their God so much, or whatever the case may be, to go out and kill themselves. To sacrifice themselves.
The bigger question is, how did George Clooney go from Darfur to, throwing money at Hillary Clinton?
Yeah, that is strange too. A lot of the hypocritical side of the celebrities is just that's kind of always happening.
But the thing about race, what you're saying, and I'm going to play a clip. I've got
play it.
These are Zoom recordings. Yes, I got to meet. I had Roger Waters say hi, Kelly.
This is cool.
Several times, which is so cool. I love Roger. He's so cool. He's not an anti-Semite either. But no, I look at it this way. The whole thing with racial stuff. So you got the people up here, right? The real power, and they want people down here to what?
Oh my!
Sorry, Shirley, I can't. You're kind of muffled.
I think she's working.
Talking. Okay. So you've got people up here that really, I don't think real power, gives one fuck about race. Excuse my language.
Yeah, they don't. Thank you. Exactly.
It's just a tool. It's a tool.
It's
and I'm going to play this clip.
Perfect.
And let me set up this clip. So this is a clip. It's Randy and William Kunstler, who is a big civil rights attorney, his daughters, they're I don't know them. I've never met them, but I kind of get the feeling they're a little bit of New York liberals. I don't know. I don't know them. I should say that. I don't know. But they did this documentary with this guy, Jeffrey Robinson, who's in the top upper left corner. Great guy, seems like a good guy. I mean, they did this documentary called, I think it's Who We Are, and they talked about, in Savannah, Georgia, how in the bricks you can see the bricks on the building, like bricks, BRICKS. You can see the thumbprints of slaves, and he did this documentary about that, and all of that is really important. And I don't ever want to diminish that the people you got. Power's up here, right? And you got the people here and the people here and the people here. And we all know that this happened. You mentioned the Irish being slaves. The Irish were then so happy to have somebody beneath them so they could look down on the black people. I mean, this is how it went, right? We know this. I'm speaking to the choir, but so power, this is where I say power will use race any way it can. It's not. I'm not denying that there's racism on these lower levels, right? Because yes, fucking racist asshole, Klans people in Alabama, they called out on their shit. They no doubt, but the whole structure of it comes from up here, where they really don't care if you're fucking purple or whatever it is. you're a star. I love the Dr. Seuss thing, the star-bellied sneetches versus the. You guys know the story?
Yes, I do.
The star-bellied sneetches versus the not. And they go through the little factory where they put them on, and then they get out, and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to be the ones with the stars, the Pondars, or whatever the little."
Mm-hmm.
And I love that story because I think that illustrates the whole racial crap really well. And I hesitate to say it as a white middle class woman that I shouldn't say that because I don't mean to diminish the experiences of black people that they deal with from a bunch of stupid fucking rednecks that, treat them badly because they're of the color of their skin, which is just stupid because it's just pigment. But my point is, and this is what Roger says in this clip, and I think that Roger, I've recorded enough things with him that I don't want to read into what he said, but I get the feeling that he kind of was saying that and then kind of mid-clip decided to sort of tone it down. And that's saying a lot for Roger Waters because he's not one to tone it down. Now, he is married to a much younger black, I think British woman now, who's, I think, younger than me. But this is kind of what he's saying in this clip is my point, is that power doesn't care. Power is going to use race. If power can use race to elevate Obama, because Obama can do the drone strikes and nobody will fucking notice because the View is just going to be like, oh, look at Obama and the View and Whoopi is, nobody's going to say anything, right? So that if they can use race to their advantage, they will. So he kind of says this here, but I remember recording this and I was like, oh, wow, Roger is on a roll. And I could feel kind of the energy in the recording sort of, and I think he sort of toned it down. But I think that's what, I take it as that's what he meant here, is that power will use race any way it can. So I'll play it.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me do share screen. That's a big setup. That's my big giant setup.
They always use black people for that.
Do what?
They always use black people for that. For that nefarious agenda.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's true. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. I'm sorry, guys. Tell me if you can. Let me turn the volume up. Let me turn the volume up, like I had before. Make sure you can hear it. Okay, here we go.
The point I was wanting to make about Sisyphus in the story, pushing the rock the hardest the other way, is the profit motive. All right. Oh no, there he goes again. He's going to start going all socialist on us and telling us that. Yeah, I am. That's what. Why do you think they bothered to put people on, human beings on ships and ship them across the Atlantic Ocean? For money, just for profit. There's nothing. It's actually, you don't have to feel superior to other people to use them in your machine to make money for you to put in your pocket to feather your nest.
Yeah, that's what it was for.
So when we're arriving at this tipping point now in this thing, it has to do with that as much as it has to do with anything else. It won't be until we accept the reality of that situation that's been there right from whenever it was, 1776. Right from the beginning of the whole founding father and how they wrote all the laws and why they wrote them. They wrote them so they could continue to feather their nests until now and beyond, unless Jeffrey and Emily and Sarah and you and me get that rock to the top and push it down the other side and see what happens. And see what happens when people go, oh my goodness, I had no idea till I read Thurgood Marshall's book or saw this film or whatever. And look at the connections staring you in the face.
So do you see what I mean? I feel like Roger, I don't know him. I've recorded a lot of shows with him. I feel like everybody was kind of nodding and going, where is he going with this? But I felt, oh, whoops, let me do stop share. Sorry.
No
That
worries.
what he was saying is power will use race any way it can. It's about the profit motive, and that it really isn't about race. So I don't know. It's a deep shit.
No,
So
no, it
sorry, I
makes.
didn't mean to.
I'd like to comment on what he's saying because I like Roger Waters, but the only thing with him is he was like all in with the Kool-Aid in everybody's arm, but everything
I
else.
remember that
But
I
everything else I'm
recorded
good.
it. Sorry,
That's all
James,
right.
real quick. I recorded an interview with him and Abby Martin, and I remember that very clearly. It was in the middle of the pandemic, and I just kind of sat there going, "Ee." Yeah, so I
Yeah,
know.
but I get it. A lot of people have changed since then. It's definitely there's a movement now that's happening. But anyway, let me get back to what he's saying. So we all know that a lot of, and Cheryl brought this up, that most of the people that had slaves back in the slave days prior to slaves were black. Did you guys know that? Did you know that? Let me show you this too. Let me show you this, and this will probably trip you out. Okay. What people don't know is the 13th Amendment abolished slavery. Okay. Abolished slavery. 100% Republican support to abolish, to get rid of slavery, was done by the Republicans. This is true. Look it up.
Yeah.
23% were Democrat support. Now, right, only 23. Now, in the 15th Amendment, the right for everybody to vote, whatever, as long as you're a U.S. citizen, right, there, and including women, was all Republican support. Okay, and 0 Democrat support. And then here's a good one here: the 14th Amendment gave citizenship to free slaves. This is heavy. Was all 94% Republican. There was a few, I mean, but look, the great majority of them were all for. So just letting you know, we've been lied to for a long time for a lot of things. So there's a lot of things happening in the past, and some just look. We're learning stuff about the pyramids within the past 3 to 5 years that people are going, wow, we've really been bamboozled. There's a lot of info. The only thing you can't bamboozle, besides Fauci bamboozling us on science, because it's the science that you have to be aware of, is engineering and snorks in engineering, which that stuff is pretty constant. But my point here is, and you've said redneck a few times. My mom. Okay, but let me tell you what. I had a conversation with my mom the other day, and the first thing she said to me, "Oh, it's my redneck son." Yeah, she said that to me. Now, right in the beginning of the conversation. Now she knows where I stand as far as Citizens United, right? No more money, McCutcheon versus FEC. That's just probably the biggest reason why we're all getting screwed all the time, is because money in politics. We can all agree to that, right? But I wasn't with, and I tried to warn my family and everything, but with the Kool-Aid stuff in their arm a couple times. But that's the thing she called me, like right off the bat. You're a redneck. But people don't understand the story of what a redneck is. I'm trying to remember exactly, but I know that this is what Stevie used to say, my ex. And I looked it up just to make sure that she wasn't bullshitting.
She was a bullshitter, that's for sure.
Yeah. I'm not going to get into all that, but I'm saying is they wore it as they could see the residue of some kind of drilling or mining or something on that, and they had to wrap a scarf around their neck, the red scarf or something. Those. Do you know the reasons for that?
I always heard it. No, I heard it that in the South, it was because you were a farmer and you were out working in the sun and you got a red neck.
No, there was another. It was because they had to use it in the coal mines or something like that.
Well,
to protect their mouth.
Yeah.
But the thing is, what I'm saying is, there's a lot of different variations of how people want to interpret racism and where it comes from and how it comes. But here's the bottom line. I think we're getting to this, and this is where we're all in agreement at. By the way, I'm going to get going pretty soon because I've been sitting here for 3 hours. I'm good. But here's the thing. It's really not as real as the mainstream media wants you to think. Let me tell you this. I lived in L.A. I lived in Orange next to Disneyland, and I lived in L.A. most of my life. There's racism in L.A. Like yes, I've been to jail a couple times, and I've seen that too. I'm just letting you know that for stupid things. I've never had a felony or, probably parking tickets. I had a parking ticket that went to a warrant, and they took me in. Anyway, that's stupid. But this, but the thing is I get out to West Virginia, and everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. And I get out to Missouri, and everybody's fine. Everybody treats everybody from that I can tell. Then I've been out, and maybe you've seen different, but everybody's treated out here. They all respect their privacy, their lives, their property. Everybody's very polite. I remember going into Walmarts in California, and people were just rude as hell. And then when people cut in front of me when I'm looking at something across the aisle in the grocery store at West Virginia and in Missouri, they say, "Sorry, excuse me, sorry, sir." Or sorry, ma'am. They're just really super polite. That never freaking happens in LA. Never, ever, ever. You see what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is there are good, decent people everywhere. They want us to keep butting our heads against each other. I'm not going to buy it anymore. I don't want to bring up, I'm at that point where we have bigger fish to fry right now.
Yeah, I hear you.
And you're with me on that.
I hope you don't mind, James, that we haven't chatted in a while.
No, everything you're bringing up is fine. I love Roger Waters. I love the guy. I really like him a lot. He's not perfect. Nobody is. The people that I know now in my heart, and you as well, that are the enemies are the people like with the last names of like Clinton and Obama, right? Those are probably people that, remember Seth Rich? We used to talk about Seth Rich. The Republicans right now are so behind Seth Rich and what's going on. They're trying to get the Seth Rich's laptop not to be released. The Democrats are right now, I call them Democrats. They're currently right now trying to stop the release of Seth Rich's laptop. Right.
Yeah, I know. I heard
doing
that.
the same. They're doing the same thing with Hunter Biden's. But anyway.
Yeah.
But imagine, and Anthony Weiner's laptop as well.
Right.
And you don't want to know what's on that one. You don't want to know what's on that one. I'm telling you, it's really crazy.
I think it's funny. I think we said this a long time ago. You can't make that up. Like just the fact that his name is Anthony Weiner.
I know. How do you vote for a guy with Anthony? I don't know. It's just.
What people say about Trump and Assange is that, I kind of can't give him. Look, he had his opportunity, but I will say, I had someone, a former candidate who was kind of high profile, push back on me about this and said, that he was facing impeachment if he did anything. And I acknowledge that. I do. And I think that, Mitch, I think it was you a long time ago that said when a president is elected, I'm paraphrasing. If I'm wrong, just shake your head no. There's something about then they pull you aside and show you the real film from.
That would have been James.
Okay. Well, anyway, the point is that it's right. Is Shirley trying to say something? Or is she working?
And she's at work. We don't know. She just has her mic on. I know that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep thinking
if you hear her, she'll say something.
Where is she working?
I can't say.
Oh, okay.
She's working.
Mm-hmm.
She's at work. That's all
Why
I gotta
you
say.
can't say?
I don't know. I don't
Why
want
you
to.
can't say?
I want to get. I
I
want to
work
get
at
you.
the post office.
Oh shit! There it is.
Oh, the post office. Okay.
Okay. I'm
Wait,
just
at
saying.
this hour? Oh,
In the dark at night, and
Yes.
when it's snowing.
In the
Night
cold.
shift.
yikes. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I completely lost my train of thought. It's midnight. What was I saying? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm guys just letting you know I'm
Yeah.
gonna get moving pretty soon. But I
Yeah,
want to say
okay.
this. I want to say this before everybody else.
You wrap it up.
It was
I've
it was
said enough.
No, you were wonderful. Thank you for coming on. Good to see Bram. I'd like to see him on too, because I know he has a lot to go over too. But here's the thing: we need more of this. We need the team back.
I'm about
You know, if Bram can get Broken Carpenter back, or whoever else is still out there and alive. I mean, remember Indy, the guy Indy? What was his name?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he got mad at me of the stuff I was saying about COVID and all this other stuff.
Wait a minute.
And
I
he-
might be mixing two
No,
completely different. There's a guy that does a channel, Indy.
Indy.
No, you're talking
Independent
about.
Insider.
Oh, you're talking about Dave?
Dave, Independent Insider, Independent Outsider, Independent
Yeah,
Outsider.
that's right.
Yeah, he got all upset. He goes, "You got to stop doing it." I go, "Dude, I'm just speaking my voice. You can come on. We can talk about it." And then he just cut me off, and I haven't heard anything from.
Can we talk privately about that?
In the future.
Is this private? Can you take it offline? I'll tell you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just end the
Sure we say
stream.
bye to
I'm gonna end the
Jordan
stream. I'm gonna end the stream.
End the stream.
Okay, here we go. Guys, aloha. We have something very super secret that we probably would get better ratings if we kept it on, but we're gonna not. Okay.
And
Right.
Jordan, we're not talking about you.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm gonna stop streaming. Aloha. Everybody say shaka. Bye bye to Montauk. Aloha. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Okay.
Yeah.